Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Ho, everybody, and welcome to another episode of There's Still Time, the AFTN Soccer Show, broadcasting on CITR Radio 101.9 FM from the unceded Musqueam Territory and the University of beautiful and very festive British Columbia. I'm Michael McCall.
And I'm Zachary Adam Eisenheimer. It's also very wet in British Columbia.
Yes, it's been a sodden day. That's a good word, sodden. It's a word that, I don't know. I feel it may feature later in the show for some reason. But yeah, I've managed to get my dog out the last couple of days in between all the showers. AccuWeather's radar map is excellent. It's like, it's going to be a 15-minute break. Annie, get out the door now. You will poo on demand. But yeah, we're back with another packed podcast, and it's our 2024 Christmas special. It's one of my favourite shows that we do each year. So jump on the Polar Express for a couple of hours of festive fun. We'll have football chat. We'll open some presents. We'll play some games, play some music, and there'll be a few surprise guests dropping in throughout the show to take part in the festivities and to chat about a whole variety of things. So dig out the eggnog, have another mince pie, and get ready to kiss under the camel toe or the mistletoe, whatever you prefer, and enjoy our 2024 Christmas special. Are you feeling festive, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, I have a unique relationship to Christmas, but no, I'm blessed. Picked up family from the airport earlier this evening. They're here for
your own one, I hope.
Yeah,
but not just
not
some random family that was standing around.
No. I chose not to
call an Uber. Next thing they know, they're in your basement, tied up.
Yeah, no, not a random one this time. But I mean, last year they were supposed to come, and then
yes,
and then the snow, ice, whatever stopped them. That was kind of disappointing on multiple levels.
So whereas this year, like we've apparently today, or no, it was yesterday. I think it was Saturday. They broke temperature records for the hottest BC December, and it's like, wow, what a difference a year.
When they left their homes this morning, it was minus 17, and when they were at the airport, I think it was minus 20. So when they got here and it was 8 degrees or 7 degrees or whatever, they were like, yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, it's going to rain the whole time you're here, but
I think Christmas Eve's meant to be actually quite dry. We're hoping to get up to Lafarge Lake and see the lights, because we haven't managed to do that yet.
Maybe we'll bump into you, because that is on our list. But I don't mind that it's horrible going out weather, because I kind of just want to sit around the table and play games and watch films and chat and catch up and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, we're recording this on the 22nd into the 23rd, but it's going to come out on Christmas Eve to keep it very festive. I went on Saturday night to Gateway Theatre in Richmond to see my all-time favourite musical. Oliver, Oliver, never before has a boy wanted more. Oliver, Oliver, Oliver. Boy for sale, going cheap. only 7 guineas. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself a part of the furniture. Oh, you've got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You gotta pick a pocket or two. I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything, oh, I'd do anything for you. Who will buy my sweet red roses? Two blooms for a penny. Strong men tremble when they hear it. They've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than the spirit. Nobody mentions my name. As long as he needs me. Oh, yes, he does need me. In spite of what you see, I'm sure that he needs me. Oh, I'm reviewing the situation. Can a fellow be a villain all his life? Oh, the trials and tribulation. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife would cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. The fingers she will wag at me, the money she will take from me, a misery she'll make from me. I think I better think it out again. Who will buy this wonderful feeling? I'm so high, I swear I could fly. Me, oh my, I don't want to lose it. So what am I to do to keep the sky so blue? There must be someone who will buy. Oliver. So that's a very shortened version of the 2.5 hour play. Highly recommendo that you get out to Richmond to Gateway Theatre. It is on until January the 4th. It's a really, really good production. The woman that played Nancy was absolutely amazing. Fagin as well. A lot of other good individual performances in the cast. So if you want some good musical fun this Christmas, get along to Gateway Theatre in Richmond and take in a fantastic play. Forget Wicked. Oliver is the musical for me.
It's very funny. People obviously are only listening to this, and not like me. I get to see you, and you were wearing a Santa hat right now, and the way you were wearing it, it just looks like your hair is like white frosted tips all like your.
I just think it's nice you think I've got hair.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
it's a different look.
Yeah, I know. I think I could pull off a white wig.
Yeah, I think so.
Matches my white beard. Fingers crossed I've got some Just for Men beard under the tree this year, or maybe in my stocking.
You really use Just for Men?
No, of course not.
Oh, I was going to say.
No. No, I genuinely did think about it, but it's like really vain. I'll just look like an old man. Maybe I'll get it in my stocking. What are you hoping to find in stockings at the end of your bed on Christmas morning?
My feet.
Ah.
No, I think this year, I don't think there's a lot of, I have no expectations for stuff under the tree. I think I've told people in previous years, often I just like buy what I want when I'm with the family out and then put their names on the thing. But
yeah,
I didn't really do that this year.
Yeah, like I know most of what I'm getting because Caitlin had no idea what to get for me because I had no idea what I was needing. I had a thought today actually of something that I wanted at the last minute, and I don't think we can get one in time. I need a new dartboard.
Oh,
mine's is.
Where's your dartboard in your house?
It's in one of our spare rooms. It's not on the wall or anything. But I was over in the UK 2 trips ago. I bought a metal travel stand that you can attach a dartboard to, and then it's meant for professionals when they're traveling in hotels and stuff. Now the problem was it then didn't fit in my suitcase, so I had to ship it to myself.
I love that you have a dartboard that's like what the kind that the pros use when they travel. I could just
Well, the actual dartboard itself now has seen better days. I've had it since 1996. So it's a bit banged up. So I need to get myself a new one. If I can manage to find one on Amazon that will get delivered in time, that might now be my main present. But talking of presents, it's felt like a couple of years since we've done this on our actual Christmas show.
True.
We're going to open some Christmas presents and we've exchanged them. Zach's got two. One's marked 2023 because it was last year's Christmas present. One is marked 2024 because it was this year's Christmas present. Although, if we had exchanged this in the summer, your 2024 one was going to be last year's. And I have something else that I had bought initially for you and I've kept for myself. But
I'm pretty sure I can guess the 2024s. I might be wrong.
oh, there's no way you'll guess either of these.
Oh, okay. I feel better about that.
So yeah, you can open your 2023 one first.
Wait, before we get Kirk has a small Christmas gift he wants to give you.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Kirk.
Here's your Christmas gift.
Oh, no. He's given me a red card. Which red is the color of love. So
That's true.
it's like the Wham song, Last Christmas, I gave you my red card, and the very next day, you gave it to Roy Kent.
Yeah, Kirk's been walking around saying to people, "Oh, yeah, I forgot to give you your Christmas card." It just flashed.
I like that.
He
That was
said
good.
that to me. He said that to me like earlier today. I was like, "Wait, what? You got me a card?" And then I was like, "Yeah, I bet."
I was well worth him staying up to 12:17 in the morning for it.
Well, he is masterminding victories for his Star Wars FC side. He just beat Leverkusen 2-0 in the Bundesliga.
Well, I mean, no spoilers, but it might not be the last time you hear from Kirk in the show tonight.
Oh, right. Yes, that's true.
Yes. Although some folk might be listening to this and wish that that was the last time they'd hear from Kirk tonight in the show. But I joke, Kirk. I joke.
Even Kirk laughed. Oh, he laughed and then he gave you one of these.
I've got another red card. So yeah, you can open the 2023 present first,
Yeah, okay.
and then I will open my 2023 present.
I'm pretty sure these both feel like books.
Oh, damn.
The Damn United.
Oh, I could have
Kirk's
got
coming
that book.
Kirk's coming over because he wants to know. Curious minds.
Sometimes I put too much tape on my presents.
Oh, this is okay. So I have gotten like on Facebook, even after this guy passed away, his people were like, "Hey, if you want this book, did you get it through Facebook?"
No, I got it when I was over in the UK.
Oh, okay. So this is Sure-Footed, the story of a world champion, Andreas Brehme.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Passed away in February this year.
That is so awesome. I'm so looking forward to reading that.
Because when we spoke on the show about him passing, because we hadn't exchanged our 2023 things, I knew I was going over in March, and I thought, oh, I'll get this for the 2023 gift. And then I got your 2024 at the same time, but it was something that you kind of needed to get before Christmas, but it's fine. So I will open your 2023 one now.
So before you open this, like a number of things I've gotten you in the past, you might open this and be like, oh, that's interesting, and it might be something that you never actually engage with. But it's something that I think is meaningful, and I think it's something that I engage with in a different way, and it is fun. It's something you could do with Caitlin, and it's something that at least thematically, you'll like. So you can go ahead and open it.
Okay, cool. I know it's not Lego, because
No,
it's not making Lego noise. It's in really, I'm holding it up to the camera, which is great for everyone at home. It is in Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes wrapping paper. That's really cool wrapping paper.
That's misleading too. That has nothing to do with it.
I thought it was going to be some kind of Marvel thing.
No.
Right. Let's.
Well, it could be if you like this. You can get this in Marvel flavor.
Flavor? Oh, can I eat it?
No.
Oh, that's
So
good because you had this spot for a long time. Oh, no, I do like this.
But will you use it is the question.
Well, I don't know exactly what it is yet, but and I still don't.
Okay, so
yeah, you can explain what it is. It looks cool.
So it's a versus 2-player card game from Upper Deck. It's the AEW themed. It's the only AEW themed set they ever made. Basically, it's like a two-player like battle game with cards.
Ah,
So it's
200
not,
playable cards.
yeah. So you build a deck of what is 60? Yeah. You build decks of 60 and then shuffle up and deal yourself a bunch. The rules are all in there. All the stuff you need, plus a starter set. So all the stuff you need in there. So you could literally play with Caitlin.
Well, it says grapple with your opponent, take them down, and pin them to the mat. Looking forward to doing that with her. Will you defeat all comers? Well, depends how the pinning down on the mat goes.
Oh my goodness.
And rise through the ranks.
There you go.
Become a champion. Oh,
So
this is cool.
if you do actually play it, let me know.
Oh, I will.
Like other games I've gotten for you, I can help you learn how to play if you want that.
You need to help me how to make Lego. It's how to put Lego together and not open Lego and go, that's a lot of pieces. No, I really like this. This is cool.
At least with that Lego I got you. At least I sent you a message the other day to show you that the worth of it's worth.
Yeah, that was insane. I need to finish that. We started it and then it was like, that's a lot of pieces.
Yeah. But if you build it, you could sell it. I mean, even if you don't build it and you make sure all the pieces there, you could sell that for
I don't sell things. That's the problem. That is why my spare room is full of crap.
I'm saying if you wanted to, and I also told you if you need help, I could help.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yay, fantastic. I think this may have gone over our $20 limit.
Yeah, I always ignore that.
Yeah. I mean, I raised ours to about 30 this year, but now I wish I'd bought more.
Actually, but I will say, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think actually that's cheaper than this year's gift.
Ooh. Okay, you can open your 2024 gift now.
Wait, why don't you open your 2024
Okay.
first?
Just got it here. Sorry, I know it was nice wrapping paper that actually I did mean to keep. And I was just doing this for fun on the show. But it's Here Come the Cavalry. It's Scott Strasser's book, who I'm sure you heard us interview on the show. I'd mentioned to Zach that I hadn't got around to getting it yet, so thank you so much.
No problem. You're gonna enjoy reading that. So good.
It's a thick tome.
It is. Yes, it is very thick. It is very thick. I look forward to us having a more in-depth dive into it at one point, even if it's months from now.
Let's flick through it.
Should I open my 2024 book?
Yeah, it seems a very book-themed
Yes.
presence this year. Now, I think you'll never have heard of this and you'll love it.
It makes us seem like more educated people.
Yeah, you should see my bookcase of unread books.
Oh, played in Germany, a footballing journey through a nation's soul. Kit Holden, author of Sport. Oh, we're going. What was that about Union? Did he write a book about Union Berlin? I think he did.
I don't know.
Beyond the Booze and the Bratverse, what football really tells us about Germany. Oh, yeah. This looks great.
It was meant, I had hoped to get it to you before the Euros, but
Yeah, I was just reading the back. I was like, came out before the year.
yeah, because I picked that up as well when I was back in Scotland.
No, this looks great. Because this other book he wrote here, I'm interested to see if it's about Union Berlin, because the title makes me think, it says crap, we're going up, is the title of his other book.
Oh.
That's got to be about Union Berlin, because in one sense, their fans were not super happy about being in the top flight.
I have a book under the tree from a German author as well, Philip Winkler, a book called Hooligan about German ultras and football. It's fiction.
Oh, by the way, I've read a little bit of, there's Dortmund Tifo in there.
Yeah, I had hoped to read that before I gave it to you and never got round to it.
I've only started, but The Hand of God by Philip Kerr. It's very, very Michael, very, very Scottish, British. Like, it's very. You've read it, right?
No.
You haven't read that one?
No, I thought we were going to read it together for our book club.
Oh, so you haven't read it yet?
No, I'll get started on it.
Oh, it's very. I've only read like a chapter or two or something, but it's very. Yeah, I just like it's just very you.
It's for folk that don't know. It's a trio of football-themed murder mysteries or mystery thrillers. I guess murder mysteries. This is the second of them, and I got it because it was called Hand of God, which I love for two reasons. One, for Zach, and also Diego Maradona, Scottish legend. You put your left arm in, your left arm out, in, out, in, out. You shake it all about. You do the Maradona and you turn around. He put the English out, out, out. Oh, Diego Maradona. That's our song.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's our Christmas presents for this year. I like
Lovely.
it.
Thank you so much.
The other one that I've bought you, I might still give you, but next Christmas.
You still have another one?
Yeah, because the one that I'd originally bought you before Andreas Bremer died, and then that replaced Andreas Bremer. Or Bremer replaced the initial 2023 gift.
I don't know which one I'm going to read first. I might do the Kid Holden one first because, well, Bremer, yeah, he wrote this. Yeah, he wrote this before he died.
I definitely think you'll like the
I'm going
Kit
to like them
Holden
both.
one. It's
I'm going to
like,
like them both.
yeah. I just as soon as I saw that it was coming out, I was like, "Oh, I've got to make sure I get that when I go over."
It looks like the away Germany kit, but for a second I was just like, "Oh no, has Michael gotten me something to do with football during the Nazi era?" Which you always joke about on the show, right? Just with the eagle and the ball.
Yeah, I got it on not Facebook but the dark web. I was getting some ads up in that. My good buddy Elon Musk sent me a couple of messages.
Oh my goodness.
And it was great because now that we're part of the 51st state of America, it's like I can just get things shipped at Blaine. I don't have to worry. And
What a horrible statement that was, eh?
oh, I mean, on the one hand, it's horrific. On the other hand, I can finally get to move down to the Oregon coast. Well, I mean, it's going to be an interesting 4 years with President Musk.
Yeah.
That's how it's feeling right now.
And VP Gianni.
It's the season to be jolly. It's the season for gifts. And Major League Soccer has given us a big gift with the earliest season schedule release, I think, yet in the Whitecaps era that I can think of, which is great because as we talked about with things last week, like the Canadian Championship and the Champions Cup, it allows you to plan ahead.
Totally.
If you want to get things booked up, there's going to be like deals coming out for discounts and various things and Boxing Days, so you can get like we usually like rent a place down the coast when they play in Portland and stuff, so you can get 20-30% off rentals and things in the Boxing Day sales. So I'm delighted by this, and it's an interesting and tough 2025 schedule for the Whitecaps. It came out on Thursday. 34 games as always, 2 each against their 14 MLS West rivals, 6 against Eastern teams for the Caps, 5th and final season in the league. Just being a little bit.
Michael.
Hey, you never know.
Why are you stirring people up?
It's Christmas. That's what you do at Christmas time. Cause family arguments. The season, though, it does kick off on Sunday. Though for the Whitecaps, it does kick off on Sunday, February the 23rd, away to Portland. So a Cascadia derby right off the bat for the Caps and the Timbers. And I think it's a game that the Timbers fans, players, coaches, everyone connected with the club is going to relish because it's kicking off their 50th anniversary season. And they can start it by banishing the horror show that was that 5-0 playoff defeat.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a wonderful, for Whitecaps fans who are able to make it work, it's going to be a wonderful celebration. Assuming there's nothing that I don't know going on between the Timbers Army and the front office or owners down there. But assuming all that's on good terms.
And assuming folk can travel freely because there will be a president that's in office at that point.
That's right. It should be an absolutely wonderful occasion down there.
Yeah.
Like they're going to make it special. The stewards of their club will make it special, and the supporters will make it a very memorable to be at. So, if you're a Whitecaps fan, you can make it work. Maybe even booking early, hotels, maybe getting good rates and all that kind of stuff. It's worth going down.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, It's in February. Okay, yeah, it's February 23rd. The drive. You might need to give a little bit extra time for the drive in case there's
Well, I've been
inclement
down
weather.
pre-season before in February,
Oh,
and
same,
I remember being at Cannon Beach one year when it was 17 degrees.
same. Totally. You could totally look out, but obviously around here, you could also end up in a situation where you're in snow, right?
Yes, I
That
know
time of year.
that is
So
my worry if I get something booked up and it's like, oh,
yeah,
no cancellations, you say. Ah,
it is interesting that this is the match that I mean, the Whitecaps. It's great to have the schedule out early, but it's a not an easy start to the season, man.
no, because the reason this one is on Sunday, the 23rd,
Yeah.
is because 3 days before that, they're going to be in Costa Rica playing Saprissa in the first leg of the first round of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And then they play the Timbers on the Sunday. Then they're at home to Saprissa on the Thursday. And then they have their home opener the following Sunday, the 2nd of March. And you want a nice easy game after that? Oh, it's the MLS champs, LA Galaxy,
Yeah.
that is coming to town. Whoever the new head coach of the Whitecaps is, does not have an easy start.
No, followed by, and it's a home game, but 6 days later, you're hosting Montreal, which is always a
Yep.
big and meaningful game. Then you're away in Dallas,
Yep.
not always a happy hunting ground for the Whitecaps. Home against Chicago maybe feels like the easiest game to start the season, and then away in Toronto.
Hmm.
Like that first, like
And you
February,
might,
March.
if you get past the Prissy, you've got another
Yes,
two-legged Champions Cup
yes.
game in there
Oh,
as well,
totally.
probably against Monterrey.
Yeah. Can I give the small Saprissa update?
Yeah.
So Saprissa, I assume if you're listening to this podcast, I'm assuming many of you know this or have been following this on your own. But Saprissa, I think we talked about. I think we talked about it the last show.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about the first leg, and I said it
The-
was all over, and you said, "Oh, don't be so sure about that."
and it definitely was not over because, yeah, Herediano had won 3-0 at home. Watching the highlights of the game, which I don't think I'd seen when we last spoke, um, it was two penalties and one goal where I think a fullback had played a guy onside and it was just a little bit fortunate. Now, again, based on the highlights, Saprissa didn't create a lot going forward, but then something happened in the second leg, and this is something that the Whitecaps, I guess, potentially could see as well.
Mm.
If they go to Saprissa and get a good result there, um, is now first I one you can't watch the games here anyway legally that I know of.
No, I couldn't find it. I thought it might even be on like FIFA.com because they've got games
Oh,
from
yeah.
around the place, but they don't have that one.
And I was working that night, but at the end of the night, I wasn't even like trying to look at the score, but I saw I'm friends with Kendall's mother-in-law on social media, and I saw she had made a comment that he had scored, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the game was tonight." Like I just finished work, and I was like, oh. And so I Googled it or whatever, and I saw that they had come up just short. They'd won 2-0 at home. Kendall had scored the opener, a little header, and then their captain, Kendall's vice captain, their captain scored a beautiful left-footed free kick goal, but they were not able to get a third to send it into extra time. So they are out in the final. Herediano will now, of course, go into the grand final against Liga de la Juencia. But the interesting thing about that game, as I was watching the highlights of it, I was just like, Poppy's like way upfield, like a lot in this game, like more than set plays. And so I messaged him. I was like, Poppy, were you a striker for the whole match? And he's like, yeah, Poppy. So this is something that I guess I don't know what's going on with the other things in the squad. I don't know, injuries or suspensions or whatever, but the tactical approach they took was to play Kendall as a center forward
Mm.
for
Which
the
would
whole second leg.
be interesting against the Whitecaps because, as I said last week, someone like Ryan Gall's going to like give him a pretty torrid time.
Yeah,
Small,
ex-
nimble, quick, and then turns in and out.
exactly. So yeah, and growing up, I think he played some striker, and
Well, we saw him a couple of times with the Whitecaps. He was thrown up front late in games by
yes,
Robbo.
yeah.
It was
So
always fun.
anyway, so that's something that potentially could happen. I would assume more likely in the second leg. I don't think that's
Yeah.
necessarily something they're going to go with in the first leg, but an interesting potential curveball that could be coming the way in that series, which would make it maybe a little bit even more interesting for some people. But yeah, crazy intriguing start for the Whitecaps season. Saprissa, Portland, MLS Cup holders, like you said, followed by Montreal.
Well, I mean, you've also got the fact, like, there will be a new coach in charge.
Oh yeah.
And the last time the Whitecaps played down there, they spanked Portland 5-0. So now you've got this new coach, and he has to try and follow that up in his very first game in charge. Oh, in MLS, second game, I guess, overall. But yeah. And I don't know how I feel about starting the season with a Cascadian derby.
Yeah, there's the other thing I was going to say to you is I mean, the ticketing department always told us back in the day that no, even the first game in and of itself.
Oh yeah, they always sell out.
No. They said to us that they still need something more than it being the home opener.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, and more than because they would put a team. They would often it was Toronto or Montreal. We're like,
Yeah.
why don't you save this for later and play like Columbus or Dallas or something like or Colorado, like someone no one cares about? And they're like, no, we actually need that extra bump to get us to a sellout or whatever, you know. So it's really interesting. Yeah, they got this away game, and yeah, it's a Cascadia Cup match, right? So that's really weird. I can't remember the last season that started with one of those. Has there ever been one? There must have been one along the way.
I don't like, because we've had Toronto and Montreal a lot.
And we've had
I
preseason with both of them.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember us ever having a Cascadia derby to kick things off. I guess from the Timbers' point of view, it's a good way for their 50th anniversary to play a rival, a team that
totally.
you played back in 1975.
Totally. And
Also,
then
with the new schedule as well, it's just one home, one away. So
yes,
the teams
that's
are
much
only
better.
Yeah, I do prefer that. It's a lot more balanced this year. I guess from a Whitecaps perspective for home opener, having the MLS champs comes also a bit of a draw as well,
Well, exactly. But again,
terrifying.
why would you not save that for later? But again, that must still be the case where they need that extra bump to try and make sure that they hit whatever the benchmark is nowadays. I don't know if it's 27.5 is what they're going for or what, but
They'd be happy with a 22, just the traditional 22 sellout. But
right.
Funnily enough, it's like two extremes, because you're starting the season away to Portland. The away game against Seattle isn't until September 27th.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like Caitlin's birthday's on the 24th of September, so we always try and get away round about her birthday. We've done that the last couple of years. So depending on UBC games, that hopefully will work in nicely for getting down there. The home Cascadian derbies see Portland come in on Saturday, May 31st, and then Seattle the very next week on the Sunday, June 8th.
It's a weird spread, right? You got one at the very beginning, one near the end, and kind of two sandwiched together in the middle. It
is more balanced because you've got pretty much home away. There's one 3-game home stand, and then there's one 5-game away stand, which we'll come to in a sec, 'cause it's horrific. But there's 10 home matches to be played on Saturdays, 5 on Sundays, and 2 midweek ones on Wednesdays against Minnesota, and the first ever meeting with San Diego, which is kind of disappointing that that's midweek. The 3-match homestand is in the late spring, with a 5-game away trip in the summer, which goes from the end of June into July, and it looks hellish. It's away to LAFC, LA Galaxy, Colorado, Houston, and then San Diego, which tough games and also pretty toasty ones. It's going to be pretty warm to be away 5 games on the trot.
Can I ask you a question, which I'm totally forgetting now, but what's up with the Leagues Cup?
Yeah, so the Leagues Cup dates have been set for July 29th to August 31st.
Right,
so that's all we know about it so far.
So it's going to because didn't they take a break from the league?
Yes, so they're not taking a break this year.
So is that likely?
Well, the rumours are that there is one break in August. There's one Saturday off, but the rumours are, because nothing's been confirmed, that the bulk of the League's Cup is now going to be played midweek.
So I guess what they're trying to do then, my guess would be, this ties in with the other comments they made, in that they want more MLS or bigger MLS sides against the big Mexican sides.
Yeah.
They figure that if they put that on Wednesday or that midweek, that can be the draw. They can get people out for a midweek match.
Yes.
I got to
I
say,
don't know that well.
as much as I detest the idea of the Leagues Cup and what it's done to the overall ecosystem, especially in the States, that is better than what they've done these last, whatever it is, 2 years where they take a whole month off from the league.
Because like the Whitecaps have 4 games during the Leagues Cup period, so it's pretty obvious it is going to be midweek. But we don't even know if the Whitecaps are in it.
Right, because there's not every
the other rumor was there was going to be 18 teams. So I immediately thought, oh, well, maybe that's the 18 teams that made the playoffs last year. But then Don Garber had said about teams can't play in all the competitions. So we know the Whitecaps are in Champions Cup and Canadian Championship. So does this mean they won't play the Leagues Cup? Because they'd be playing in all 3. And I can't see that there's maybe going to be many teams that will do that.
It's a very interesting perspective. Yeah.
Because I know if Vanny was here, he'd be like, well, I want to be in it. I want to be in every competition and a chance to win silverware. But a new coach might be like, yep, totally fine if we avoid that. Especially because it would be coming on the end of that horrible 5-game road trip. Like, we know that the Whitecaps were great last season on the road. Now, maybe that was just magic in a bottle for this year. Maybe we won't be road warriors next year. So you could be coming off not a good return from those 5 games. And the last thing you then want is a cup competition to just tire your guys out even more.
Yeah, true.
I mean, there's so many unknowns still right now.
From a Vancouver perspective, Michael, do you think that League MX side midweek in August in Vancouver will draw?
No.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, assuming it's not like the teams they've played a bunch already, so like I guess Tigres is the one they played the most, right?
I mean, I would love it because it's something different. But you're talking this summer, there's so many things on, the P&E's on, nice weather, folk want to be at the beaches, folk are away at cabins, they're away to the interior. There's so many things to do that, depending on what Mexican team it was, it could be a case of, like, we know Pachuca, just the first team that came to my head. But you could have somebody going, I don't know what a Pachuca is. Is that like a Pokemon or something? I'm not going to that.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think I mentioned this on the show before. It has been interesting before when Mexican teams have come here in, I don't know if it's only the Champions League or only Leagues Cup or both, but I do know the Mexican embassy has gone out of their way to get Mexicans to those matches. I wonder, obviously, depending on the club and the size and the history of it, they bring with them their own crowd. But yeah.
Well, yeah, and there probably would be a good turnout. Now, when we last week when we talked about the CONCACAF Champions Cup, I made mention of the fact that still a lot of football and results would need to happen, but there would be a chance the Whitecaps could play Miami in the semis, and you might get Messi at BC Place after all, because he's not going to miss a semi. Did you see the Messi rumours this weekend?
No.
Man City want to take him on a 6-month loan, and David Beckham has said he wouldn't stand in his way if he wants to go and play in the Premier League for 6 months to start the year.
Wow. I can see why David Beckham would say that, because if David Beckham would say anything else, he would sound hypocritical.
Yeah. Also, because it's Man City, it'd be like, oh, it's because you're Man United, that's why. But
oh, yeah, that too, I guess. But Messi's entered into some type of partnership with MLS and Apple. I wonder how that would work, right? Does that change things?
I mean, it's a risky thing. Like, you had Messi this year, you won the Supporters' Shield, and you couldn't get past the first round of the playoffs.
Why would he want to go play for such a crap English side?
I know, relegation threatened Man City.
He'd be better to go down to Melbourne City FC or...
Yeah. I guess it's a chance for him to say, oh, I played in the English Premier League.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. He only beat those teams in the Champions League, not Not on a rainy Tuesday in Stoke.
I mean, they're championship now, so you wouldn't have to go there unless they get them in
In
the
the
FA
cup.
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's baffling to me that you would agree to like a 6 month loan for your top guy.
Well, especially at his age. And yeah. Yeah. It
Because I'm
seems
pretty sure there's some hammer throwers
I,
in that league that would want to take a little chunk out of him.
I don't, yeah, totally. I don't speak insurance, but it would be really interesting to know what the whole insurance side of all that is, because you got to imagine there's significant measures on that side,
Mm.
and I just wonder what they cost.
Well,
You
also
know?
his contract's up at the end of 25.
Yes.
So, and what about the folk that's bought season tickets
Yep.
and then all the teams that they're playing away from home that's like, oh, we make all this money from Messi. It's a huge. It would be so ironic then if the Whitecaps did get Miami in the CONCACAF semis and it's like, oh, Messi's not here.
On a total side note, did Kirk was telling me that Miami just lost
Leo Capagna,
yes.
bumper trade, the biggest like GAM trade within the league. That was a surprising one as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got other things lined up, you imagine, that's coming in, but yeah. New England's a weird landing spot.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That pitch,
Yeah.
that stadium. Yeah. Yeah. Weird stuff. I mean, it's the off season, it's Christmas, but there's a lot of weird things happening. Just going back to the schedule, the last two games for the Whitecaps of the season are at home against San Jose and Dallas, which
That's
could be
helpful.
huge depending if we can actually win at BC Place next year. Two very winnable games, and if you need points to finish in placement, I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I forgot to mention last week when we were talking about the Canadian Championship, I don't know if you noticed, the quarterfinals, the first leg's in May and the second leg's in July.
Okay. I thought it was June, July.
No, it's May and July.
Yeah, that's awkward.
There is a Gold Cup break and Club World Cup break. So MLS is pausing from June the 15th to 24th. So, I mean, that will kind of play into it. And of course, the BC Place is hosting at least one Gold Cup game. We just don't know when it is. The draw for the Gold Cup doesn't take place until April 10th. So we won't know when that game at BC Place is.
Yeah.
Everything else comes out early, that doesn't. But just going back to the Canadian Championship. So if TSS, when TSS beat Valor and play the Whitecaps, I mean, let's be honest, the Whitecaps should spank them in the first leg. So then you've got to wait possibly 6 weeks, 5, 6 weeks to play the second leg that could be meaningless.
Mm.
That just seems nuts to me, but kind of ruins the competition a little bit. And another reason why it should be single leg. But both Canadian derbies for the Whitecaps this year take place in March. As you mentioned, Montreal come a-calling on the 8th, and then the Whitecaps are away to Vanni Sartini's Toronto on March 29th.
Oh my God.
Hey, if it was, I might fly out for that, because that would be an interesting one.
It would.
Although, the rumours were, I saw this on Waking the Red, apparently this past week, the TFC did in-person interviews for the job. Now, Vanny's in Fiji, so that may rule him out. Don't know.
Yeah.
The 6 games against Eastern teams for the Whitecaps are away to Toronto, Columbus, and Orlando. Trip to Orlando at the end of August. That's another hot one. Then they're at home to Montreal, Philadelphia, and the Berhalter Derby. Chicago, with Greg Berhalter in charge, comes to BC Place on March 22nd. I'm sure we can get some good banter ahead of that one.
Also, for those who are traveling, maybe this would be interesting. I don't know, but the return leg with the MLS Cup holders is on July 4th down in.
There were fireworks that day. Yeah, the away games aren't great for travel. Some of the really ones you'd want to go to is like in the peak of summer. Like San Diego, I'd love to have gone down there for the first game, but I don't fancy mid-July trying to make my way down to San Diego. And Orlando again, that'd be kind of fun to go to Disney World again, but end of August. It's going to be so hot there. But yeah, it's a fun schedule. A lot of games to look forward to, a lot of tough ones as well. And I mentioned the Berhalter Derby on March 22nd. And I'm sure there'll be some good banter between Greg and his son Sebastian. But it's all going to be harmonious for Christmas time. And that brings us to our first Christmas section of our Christmas special as we find out all about a Berhalter family Christmas. Sebastian, what is Christmas like in the Berhalter household?
A lot of kids running around. I'm the oldest of all the cousins, so I think I have like 8 little cousins, and then 3 sisters. So it's a lot, but It's fun. Yeah, it's a fun time just to be around the kids and around my aunts and uncles and grandparents, and then my grandparents really make it special every year for us. So it's a good time. I'm really lucky.
So what's like Christmas dinner like? Do you have it on the 25th? Do you have it on Christmas Eve? And is it like the full trimmings, all turkey and everything?
So it's funny. We do Chinese. Not the traditional, and no, not at all. It's something like, it kind of started as a joke, I think. Maybe one year, like, our turkey didn't get done, and we're getting Chinese, so it kind of just stuck, and now it's like, I feel like my sister, all they know is having Chinese food for Christmas Day, so it is a switch up, but yeah, it's good.
Well, it saves cooking as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
One year, my mum and dad wanted to do Chinese, so I went to a Chinese restaurant. It wasn't the same for me. I was like,
that's
I want to be at home.
Thanksgiving, we get our turkey. That's when we,
I guess it's that. So, if you were to ask for one football-related Christmas present this year under the tree, what would you like to get?
That's a good question. Honestly, cones. Maybe cones, just to train
like
with. Just like cones, balls, maybe 10 balls, like just a bag of balls to go shoot at home. We have a lot of balls, but yeah, just something that could help me, to actually train.
Cool. Yeah. And last thing, do you have a favourite Christmas song? Either like a carol or just a general like Mariah Carey style song, or
probably Let It Snow, right? Is that yeah. It's just, I don't know. I just thinks of like sitting around the fire with like a hot cocoa. It's like I just feel good about it. But yeah,
superb.
Awesome.
Thank you. Good luck for
I appreciate
next season.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure seeing you this year.
Outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've bought some corn for popping, and the lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. All the way home, I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow. Let it snow, 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 let it snow.
Sebastian Berhalte there, giving us an insight into a Berhalter family Christmas. Sounds a lot of fun. Chinese food, kids everywhere, lots of presents. And his choice, Zach, for a present under the tree, which I love because it kind of shows the work ethic of Sebastian Berhalter, is a bag of balls and some cones so he can practice at home in the off season and can continue working on things. And I mean, we've spoken a lot this year in the show. Really, like Sebastian Berhalter as a person, he's such a lovely lad. Had a great chat with him a couple of months back on the show as well. And he really kind of came into his own this past season and looking forward to seeing him push on in 2025.
It's the kind of response that endears you to your club supporters, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, what do you want for Christmas? I want to work on my skills to get even better.
exactly.
And his choice of Christmas song was Let It Snow. So we played a version there from Suyan Stevens, who's got fantastic Christmas songs and general albums in general. But it's like, that was a really nice version of Let It Snow. And what is Christmas without food, fun, and games? And I think it's time for some fun and games on the show. If you're a long-time listener, you'll know that we like to play some games on our Christmas special. And we're going to be playing a game in all 4 parts of this episode. So let's kick it off right now. And a lot of fun, I'm sure, will be had. And we've got a special guest joining us to compete for this one. You've heard him talked about a lot on the show. Now you can see him. Maybe just use your own imagination to what he looks like, because obviously it is a podcast. But I can see him. Welcome to the show, I think for the first time, Kirk Meisenheimer.
Hi.
Yeah, he's kind of like Jeff Tinker back in the day. He's sat quietly in the room while many have been recorded.
Yes, and then you explain all my jokes to him afterwards.
Yeah, it's an interesting time in parenting. Explaining Michael's humor.
Well, I mean, this is all clean. This is all PG stuff, so it's all fine. Actually, not even PG. It's probably
G?
U.
What's
G.
the U?
Oh, yeah, no, G you have here. U is what we had in the UK as universal.
Oh,
It was U, PG, 14, and then 18.
nice.
But yeah, this is all G. So this is all fine. Our 3 games, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a gift to not necessarily who wins the games, but who I feel has done best in the 3 games.
So basically, at the front, at the beginning, you're saying, yeah, it's good.
No, in the first and the third game, you're competing against each other. In the second game, you're working together. So if it ends up that you both win a game each, then whoever I feel has done the most work in the second game will get it. But I'm sure as a good father, if you won, you would give the gift to Kirk anyway.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, that look in your face makes me think no. Right. let me just whip it out for you, and I'll get the gift as well. Oh,
FC Santa Claus. Is that a hat?
it's an FC Santa Claus hat.
Oh, yeah, that's legit.
I want that more than probably you.
Here's the thing, though. If it comes to our home, then we'll share it.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
I have my own hat, and this is an unworn one, and I also have the football strip that I usually wear for their Christmas shows, but it's a bit chilly, so I haven't.
So, like, none of your dogs have even worn it?
No,
Oh, okay.
don't think so. And I don't think it's got even any dog hair on it, so I think you're good. I think it's also the old logo. They updated it a little bit, but it's from Rovaniemi in Finland is where FC Santa Claus play.
Yeah. Oh, that's a legit logo.
Because on the 23rd of December, 2005, Caitlin and me went to Lapland.
2000. So before he moved here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You do day trips from Scotland and the UK to Lapland. It's great. Didn't get any lap dances, but I did get on some huskies. We went on a husky ride. We met Santa Claus. He posed with my East Fife scarf. Oh, I went on a ski-doo, my first time on a ski-doo, and I loved it. It's the only time I've been on a ski-doo. I'd love to have another go. But anyway, that is what is up for stake. So the first game we are going to play is Who Am I? AKA 20 questions. So the pair of you are going to play this twice over the course of this episode. The first part in this part, and then in part 3 we'll be back playing the game again. It's a traditional 20 questions scenario. I am going to have a footballer for you to guess. You have 20 questions to try and work out who that footballer is. You can only ask yes or no questions. You can guess at any time. If you guess correctly, the game will be over. Your points will be tallied up. An incorrect guess will count as one of your 20 questions. And if you are unsuccessful at guessing it at the end of the 20, then your opponent can swoop in and make a guess himself. If no one has still got it, we'll give you some clues to try and help you get it. And I'll explain how that will work out if and when we get to that scenario. So let's kick off with the first round for both of you. Who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, this is where I ask a yes or no question?
Yeah, you basically what we're going to do, I'm going to think of somebody connected with football, and you've got 20 questions. It can only be yes or no questions.
Okay.
And I won't put a time limit on it initially, but I know what you're like when we're playing the games.
What?
Where you're like, oh, no, give me another 5 minutes to think about this.
Don't people don't want to see behind the curtain on this kind of stuff, Michael.
I know, I have to edit it down so it looks like you're like, oh yeah, I got that right away.
Here's the thing, no one believes you that you edited it down.
No, because this also goes on the radio. 5 minutes of radio silence isn't good either. They think the transmitter's broken.
Last week's 3-hour episode turned into 2.5-hour episodes.
Yes. Yes, it did. Who knows how long this show is going to go on, but it's the Christmas special. We can go as long as we want.
Totally.
Remember that time we went into the recording studio, did it live from CITR with Steve and Caitlin, and we were in from 8 or 9 o'clock at night till like 1 or 2 in the morning on Christmas Eve.
Oh, I remember.
Yes, that was so much fun. I mean, we could have gone in live this year, Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, but I thought that was pushing it a bit.
Yeah, if my family wasn't visiting, I would be open to that.
Right, let us get into the game. So we are going to start with your first player. I will get their details up just now. Not giving away if it is a male or a female. Right, okay, I am good to go. So Zach, you are on the clock that is not running, but question one.
Am I alive?
No.
Did I identify as a male?
Yes.
Kirk would know that one. She might have saved that one. Okay. Did I play for my national team?
Yes.
Did I win a World Cup with my national team?
I think yes. I'm just checking. Yes.
Did I win the 1974 World Cup with my country?
No.
I should have asked that differently. Did am I a striker?
No.
Am I a defender?
Yes.
Was I left-footed?
I think yes.
Wow. Was I German?
Yes.
Was I Andreas Boehmer?
Yes. Got it in 10.
Wow.
I thought that was a tough one.
Yeah, I should have said because I thought maybe you were going with Beckenbauer for a minute. So
that was too easy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you would say that for Kirk, and then so I should, instead of 74 World Cup, I should have said, "Did I win the World Cup on home soil?" That's what I should have asked.
See, I was pretty sure that he had won a World Cup, but I wasn't 100% sure because I knew he played in '86, but they didn't win it. And I wasn't sure that he'd played in 1990, but obviously, yes, they did.
How could you forget, dude? He scored the winning goal in the World Cup.
I like Mexico '86.
Well, but that's a crazy thing because that also ties into your other answer, your other response. So he was a left back and he was very, very left-footed, but that penalty he scored with his right foot.
See, I just assumed because he was a left back that he was left-footed.
Yeah.
I'm never sure with the feet.
I fond memories of him. Played for Bayern, plays for Kaiserslautern, obviously played for the national team. Was it Inter Milan? Was he play Inter Milan with Klinsmann and Mateus? Was he in that group?
I was with Inter Milan 88 to 92, so
that's
pretty sure.
Klinsmann and Mateus were there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
Fantastic. So
Was it Klinsmann? Yeah, I think it was. Maybe it wasn't Klinsmann, but Mateos was there for sure with him. There's 3 Germans there. There's 3 Germans while there was the 3 Dutch guys at AC Milan. They overlapped. Anyways. Okay, is Kirk's next?
Yes, so
Okay,
you got that in 10. So we will go to
Great.
the next one.
Oh, can I steal his at the end? Or
Oh, yeah. If he doesn't get it, you can steal it.
Okay.
Oh, I love the competitiveness coming in already. You're wanting to steal off your son.
We're very competitive in this household.
Oh, wait.
In a very positive, nurturing way.
Oh, no, I am in not a very positive, nurturing way. Caitlin hates playing games with me. Right, Kirk, this is your chance to shine.
Okay. Is this person male?
Yes.
Is this person European?
Yes.
Okay. Were you laughing?
I'm sorry.
I should also have said folk can play along at home with this and let us know when you get the answers, if you do.
Okay. Has this person played in Germany?
Yes.
Okay. Does this person play for Bayern Munich?
Yes.
Is this person German?
No.
Is this person retired?
No.
Is this person French?
No. None.
It's no.
No, I'd say I don't speak French. I thought, will I go for that? I was like, what could go wrong?
Is this person currently playing for Bayern Munich?
Yes. That's eight questions.
I know. Is this person a striker?
Yes.
Oh, I was wrong.
Is it Harry Kane?
Yes.
That's 10, right?
Yep.
That's 10 as well. Fantastic.
Good old Harrius Kane.
So, evens, Stevens, at the end of the first round of games, the hat is still in the balance. We've got more fun, we've got more football chat, and we've got more music to come. And we'll be back with the first of 3 Christmas tunes that we've got on this episode that have a common theme.
Hi, I'm Vanni Sartini, and you're listening to the AFTN Soccer Show.
Try to imagine a house that's not a home. Try to imagine a Christmas all alone. That's where I'll be since you left me. My tears could melt the snow. What can I do without you? I've got no place to go. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas, lonely and cold. It'll be cold, so cold, without you to hold this Christmas. I remember the day you went away, and how I wouldn't listen to the things you had to say. I just break down as I look around, and the only things I see are emptiness and loneliness and an unlit Christmas tree. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas, lonely and cold. It'll be cold, so cold, without you to hold this Christmas.
You remember last year when you and I were here? We never thought there'd be an end. And I remember looking at you then. And I remember thinking that Christmas must have been made for us. Because, darling, this is the time of year that you really need love. When it means so very, very much. It'll be lonely. So it'll be lonely this Christmas. Without you to hold. It'll be so very lonely. Lonely and cold. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas. Lonely and cold. It'll be cold, so cold without you to hold. This Christmas. Merry Christmas, darling, wherever you are.
Welcome back to the AFTN Soccer Show on CITR Radio 101.9 FM. And kicking off this part, I've taken us all the way back to 1974 because going back to early in the year, we were paying tribute to the Whitecaps' 50th anniversary, and we were playing a lot of songs from 1974 for our 3 Christmas tunes that we're going to play on the start of the parts on this episode. All 3 are going to be from 1974, and I've kicked it off with a song that was released on November 22nd. It gave English glam band Mud the second of their 3 number 1 singles. It topped the UK charts for 4 weeks, going into 1975. The Christmas number 1 was Lonely This Christmas by Mud. And ironically, 50 years on, that song has been re-released as a parody called Freezing This Christmas as a protest song against the UK government taking away pensioners' winter payments. So that was good to have that one back. It's also a fantastic Christmas song as well. The US number 1 wasn't that festive. It's a good song though. Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapins. I like that one. And in Canada, the number 1 song for Christmas 1974 was the epic Carol Douglas classic, Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting.
I have a buddy who has a t-shirt that says, surely not everybody was Kung Fu.
I thought we would start this part talking about a 1974 Christmas, just to continue our 1974 theme. Take us back 50 years as to what Christmas was like. Now, I'm the only one on the show that was alive in 1974 to remember Christmas, and it was a happy time. Cheap tinsel everywhere, lots of fun presents, lots of interesting shows on TV, and toys under the Christmas tree. And I thought I'd kind of share what was happening 50 years ago when it was the Whitecaps had just finished their first ever season. And I do wonder how many people maybe got Whitecaps related gifts under their tree or in their stocking in Christmas 1974. Folk maybe got season tickets, hats, scarves, a whole plethora of souvenirs that might have been available at the time. If you're an older listener and you were a kid in the 70s, or even if you were like a teenager or an adult in the 70s, and can you remember, did you get any Whitecaps Christmas presents in 1974? Let us know. AFTN Canada on Twitter, AFTN on Blue Sky, AFTN Canada at hotmail.com, or even if you just want to share your memories of a 1974 or a 1970s Christmas in general, please do get in touch. Would love to hear from you. And some interesting things. The animated classic 'Twas the Night Before Christmas that's still shown on TV today, it was first released and shown in the US and Canada in December 1974. Do you remember watching that when you were a kid here?
No.
No.
I'm much more familiar with the Andrew Del Bar 'Twas the Night Before Capsimus or whatever the the write-up he does on social media before the first Whitecaps game of the season.
Ah, I know, like Rudolph the
I'm sure.
Red-Nosed Reindeer is a
I'm
big
sure.
animated classic here.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it here before. Yeah, I can't remember the first time I saw it.
Well, movie-wise, in the cinemas for Christmas 50 years ago, the number one movie in the US on Christmas Day was The Godfather Part 2.
Wow, what a classic!
I've never seen any of the Godfather films.
What?
I know.
What?
I know.
Oh, Michael. Now there's some bits that you should probably pass forward because they're inappropriate and you won't enjoy them.
Oh, I know about the horse's head.
Oh, that was one of them.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean,
ruin the movie. Kirk's still here. Don't ruin the movie for
you don't get head of a horse, not with that teeth. Other cinema top 5 films Christmas 50 years ago, all classics. The Towering Inferno.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, that one I have seen. A disaster movie about a tower that's on fire. Young Frankenstein, which is one of the best Mel Brooks films.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen. I know Mel Brooks and I'm familiar with some of his work. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, I've got that on DVD. It's Gene Wilder's in it, and I love Gene Wilder. He's one of my favorite actors. It's a really, really good, fun film. The James Bond film, I've never been a big James Bond fan. The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah, I've seen that multiple times.
I'm not into big action films.
That one was Christopher Lee was the
The UBC Defender.
the villain. No, Christopher.
I know. I did lots of Christopher Lee jokes commentating him
I
over
can
the last
imagine.
5 years.
No, I was going to say, what's his name? Saruman / Count Dooku.
Well, Dracula as well is how I first knew Christopher Lee.
There you go.
And Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which is maybe not a film that a lot of folk will know, but it's an interesting film.
Never heard of it.
Now, there was another classic film that was in the Canadian film charts. It was released in Canada in October 74 and in the US on December 20th. I don't know if it still is, but it was the third highest grossing Canadian film of all time.
Wow.
Black Christmas.
No.
Never heard of it? I actually was watching it tonight. It's a slasher film, and it's credited with like inspiring so many of the classic slasher films, like Halloween in particular, Friday the 13th, those kind of things. It was released in the US though under the name Silent Night, Evil Night, in case people thought it was a black exploitation film. Which I don't know if you know about the black exploitation films. Yeah. So I was watching it tonight, put it on. Wasn't Caitlin's cup of tea. She went to bed. So I've got probably about 40 minutes of it to go. It's really good. It's a slow-paced slasher movie. Some of the acting is horrifically wooden, but it's good. I really enjoying it. I've seen it before. I hadn't seen it for years. I thought I'll dig that out again since I'm talking about it. Now, toys in 1974. One of the most sought after gifts for kids was a skateboard. The craze was sweeping North America. It was a little bit late coming. I think it was late 70s it kind of came to the UK. I could never skateboard. I could never stay on.
No. When I was it middle school? All my best friends became skateboarders.
Wow.
And I was just like, yeah, I don't have the ankles for this. I don't have the desire to be part of this. But they were my closest friends. So I spent a lot of time hanging out at places while they skated and tried to expand their abilities, their kick flips and their ollies and their grinding and whatever. And then I also spent a lot of time with them because they would watch like these skate videos from California shot with like a fisheye lens on the thing and well, good memories, but it was just not my jam.
No, not for me either. Here's some of the other most sought after toys from 1974. Some of them have actually looking at them, not many of them have lasted the test of time. I had some of these. An Evel Knievel stunt cycle. Now, it first came out in 1973, but it was one of the biggest sellers in 74. Are you familiar with Evel Knievel?
Yeah, of course.
A friend of mine had this, and I always wanted it, and I never got it. And I was watching a show from the UK a 1970s Christmas this week, bizarrely. I'd planned to do this anyway, and then they were talking about all these things. And what they did is they brought a modern day family, took them back to 1970s and gave them a 1970s Christmas with all the toys and stuff. It was like reliving my childhood. Funnily enough, another show I put on that Caitlin got bored with and then went away. We don't have a lot of compatible TV thoughts. But yeah, the stunt cycle thing, you put it in a little red thing, you wound it up, and then it would just fly off and flip and yeah. Stretch Armstrong bendy toy.
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah.
You could stretch bits of him to 4 feet. Caitlin was more interested in that idea. Barbies and Action Men. I got an Action Man, which was like G.I. Joe. We had it as Action Man. I had him every year for my aunt. She was always like, "What do you want for your birthday?" I was like, "An Action Man." Oh, loved him.
I had a bunch of G.I. Joes growing up.
I wish I'd kept all these toys. Action
Yes.
Men, in the later years in the 70s, they had what was called eagle eyes, and you could like move his eyes from side to side. Do you remember Tonka trucks?
Yeah, of course.
So they were big in 1974. I think that was the first year for them. And then these things lasted for a while. Rock'em Sock'em Robots,
Yep, I remember those.
which is a weird toy. If anyone doesn't know what it is, it was a red robot and a blue robot, and you would fight each other until one of the robots' heads came up.
They were just in did a cameo in what was it called? Red One? And the Red One Christmas.
Oh, we were going to watch that.
Yeah, well, you should watch it on Amazon Prime. With who's it? The Rock.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, Chris Evans, Captain America. Yeah.
Ah, cool. They went and released us that in the UK, though. They were called Raving Bonkers. But then I think later on they became Rock'em Sock'em.
That's a very UK rebranding.
Yeah. Weebles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Weebles?
Yep.
Weebles wobble, but they won't fall down.
Yeah.
This is basically just me having a midlife crisis, I think, at this point for everyone listening.
That's
They
okay.
first came out in 1971, but they were everywhere in my school in the 70s and on TV ads, and they were really big in 74. Shrinky Dinks.
Mm-hmm.
You baked them in the oven. Spirographs, another
Yeah.
big toy. And Lego was huge in 74, but it's kind of just starting off. And Playmobil toys were invented for the first time and released in 1974.
Lego is still very big.
Yes. But it was more for kids back then, but now it's like adult.
For everyone. Now it's for everyone.
Yeah.
0 to 99.
Yeah. But I remember I had Lego when I was a kid as well, and it was just really 74 was the first of it really kind of breaking through. Dungeons and Dragons toys were a big thing, and Magic 8 Ball and Twister, they were in the top 5 in the UK.
Twister classic.
So yeah, 1974, much simpler times, and another iconic game that was first released in 1974, still played today, 50 years later. I do enjoy a game of this, I've got to say. Connect 4, Zach.
I love me some Connect 4.
I mean, it's better than Noughts and Crosses.
Not familiar, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh, tic-tac-toe, I guess you call it over here.
Yes. Yeah, much better.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why we call it Noughts and Crosses and you call it that. But anyway. But yeah, I mean, Connect 4, still a lot of fun. It's a good way to get good family arguments going. And I thought, family arguments, let's get you and your son back on for game number 2. And we're going to play a game called Connect 4. But you don't have to put red or yellow counters into a big thing because it doesn't make for good podcast listening.
This is
Because game number 3 is not going to go well.
I guarantee you'll be getting some messages. Like, can we not get Steve on for one of these shows?
We're going to get messages going, do you not understand the word special in Christmas special? And I'll say, yes, Zach and his son are on. They don't come more special than that. And you can read into that however you want. But we're going to play Connect 4. And my version of Connect 4 is you can work together with this because I don't think Kirk will be able to get some of these. I'm going to give you 4 things, and they're all connected in some way. They're all football related. And let me check. None of them are Vancouver Whitecaps related, you'll be glad to know. So there's 5 we're going to get through, hopefully. So let's kick it off. Here's your first one. What connects, and play along at home, let us know if you get these. What connects these 4 football teams? Dynamo Dresden, CSKA Sofia, Ujpesti Dotza, Atletico Madrid. And I'll let you ask me some questions if you want.
Like, is it something that like connects them now or historically or?
Historically, they are all connected by one thing. I mean, I'm going to put a Spanish team in there because otherwise Hungary, Bulgaria and East Germany has a whole different connection.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I was thinking because I know like those they're all East like communist kind of countries where their clubs were heavily impacted by that area. But then
that doesn't actually come into it.
No, okay.
Although interestingly, in a way, the countries that they played in kind of do.
Oh. Well, I know it's not like those are not clubs that Atletico Madrid has in their conglomerate of things because I know they don't own Dresden. And this is something you think I'll know?
I don't even think you'd get this, but it's in your wheelhouse.
Is it a level of like supporter ownership?
No.
No, because I didn't think Atletico Madrid had that either. Does it have to do with the supporters, the fans?
No. They are connected with something that you love very dearly.
Tifo?
No. I'm going to get folk going, oh, they are connected with Tifo because they all did this or something, but no.
Something I hope very dearly.
Bayern Munich?
This whole part so far has been about 1974.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
I will say this is the only question that is connected to that.
In 1974, they all achieved something in Europe?
No, but they did in 1973.
They were all in finals. No. Is it? Oh, they were all, okay, this is what it is. Bayern beat them all in European Cup.
Well done. Yes, it was the last 4 teams Bayern beat to win the 1974 European Cup, their first ever European Cup.
Yeah, sorry, that was very, very much helped by the Atletico Madrid. I would not have thought of the East Germans for sure in that.
Well, Ujpesti Dozja, that I've probably butchered the name. I've never even heard of them.
Yeah.
CSKA Sofia, yes, when Dynamo Dresden.
Going back to a conversation we've had about cups, that was the win over Atletico Madrid was a replay victory. I found my memory.
It was. They drew the first leg, and I think it was 4-0.
Was it? Or was it 1-0? Or was it the one goal? Was it 1-1 and then 4-0? Because
I think it was 1-1 and then 4-0.
I think Schwarzenbeck scored in one of those games.
Yeah, it was 4-0. I was pretty sure it was 4-0, and I was going to give you the 4 scorers to see if you got them, but it turned out there was only 2 scorers because it was Uli Hoeneß and Gerd Muller that got 2 each.
Yeah. So the first, was the equalizer, was it that Schwarzenbeck or was that one of the other finals?
It was Schwarzenbeck, yes. In the 120th minute.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes, and then they went on to win 4-0.
And you have it open in front of you, but the guy who scored for Atletico Madrid was Luis Aragonés.
Yes.
Who would be the Spanish manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same guy? Yeah, he coached Spain.
I'm impressed by your knowledge. Let's bring you more up to date. Here's your second Connect 4.
Okay.
Ryan Telfer. Cadell Thomas. Hendrik Starostzik. Stephen Hoyle.
Are those the attacking four of York 9 in their opening CPL match?
No, Ryan Telfer was York, yes. Ryan Telfer, Cadell Thomas, Hendrik Starostczyk, and Stephen Hoyle.
Yes.
And the order that I've given them is also a clue.
Is it somebody like the first four goal scorers in CPL in each
Yes, well done.
The Telfer I know, but the other guys, I'm like, I know those names vaguely.
I don't even remember Hendrik Starostczyk at Pacific.
I remember that name, but I don't, yeah.
Yeah, it was Ryan Telfer from York, Cadell Thomas from Forge, Hendrik Starostczyk from Pacific, and Stephen Hoyle from Valor.
Yeah. Yeah, the Telfer one is the one that made that stand out more.
I was initially going to just pick 4 teams and give you their first ever scorer, and one of them was going to be Sean Hundle, and I thought that's too easy.
That would have been too easy.
Although you might have thought Valor, but you'd have probably got it. So well done, 2 for 2. I'm impressed. Kirk's very quiet in this round. I thought he would be, though. That is why you're working together. Because he's never going to have heard of most of these next 4.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he'll know one. Jean-Pierre Papin, Frenchman. Oleg Blokhin, the Ukrainian Russian.
Yeah.
Lajos Detari, the Hungarian. Andres Kramaric, Croatia. What connects those 4?
Sorry, who was the first one again?
Jean-Pierre Papin, French icon.
Yeah, he played for Bayern for at least 1 year.
Actually, Detari and Kramaric also played in the Bundesliga.
Yeah. Well, Kramaric is at Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
He's been there forever. Oleg. I think I'm messing up Oleg with a different Oleg. Does it have to do with goals scored for national teams?
Yes.
Does it have to do with the number of goals scored for
No.
national? Okay. Is it scores against Germany?
No.
Canada?
Yes.
At the World Cup?
I need a bit more. Yes, at the World Cup.
World Cup.
All 4 have scored against Canada in World Cup finals.
Okay, yeah. So Papin scored in that game against
Yeah,
Canada.
he got the goal.
In 80, he got the only right. Oh, that was 1-0, right? Yes. Because Kramaric, I remember.
Yeah. I thought I was going to give it away because I thought, oh, Kirk will know Kramaric.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, he scored against Canada. And you'll be like, oh.
The other guys were from 86, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Na 86. Okay, 3 for 3. I'm very impressed. This one I think is easy for you. Not for Kirk. Sorry, Kirk.
Sorry, buddy.
Carlo Corazin.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Hastings.
Yeah.
Mark Watson. Jason DeVos.
So this is Canada's members or goal scorers of Canada's 2000 Gold Cup team?
Goal scorers. Those are the 4 players that scored in the 2000 Gold Cup. Carlo Corazin obviously got a few, but
yeah, I was gonna say those are the only 4.
Four players scored.
That I forgot. I didn't know there was only 4.
Whoa, wow, 4 for 4. We're rattling through this round. Now, the last one. This is a fun one. There are 4 football teams. I'll give you them in alphabetical order. Kitchener Spirit, London Lasers, National Capital Pioneers, and you think the CPL names are weird, North York Rockets. Kitchener Spirit, London Lasers, National Capital Pioneers, and the North York Rockets.
Something to do with the CSL?
Yes. That's basically it. Those 4 teams all played in the CSL.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The North York Rockets. I went to one game when I was in like elementary school, and it was through school, and it was either North York Rockets or Toronto Blizzard or something. I just don't know, and I don't have any way to. I don't have any way to put it in the app.
I was going to say it can go on footballology. Well, that I've got to say, I was very impressed by that. I think you're in the lead for the hat.
Sorry, son.
I didn't get a chance.
Oh, there's one more. You have one.
I just gotta outbeat you.
Yeah, you still have a chance. There's one new game and part 2 of the first game still to come. And with the third game that we're going to be playing in part 4, you've got a great chance as long as you can spell.
Oh, no.
Well, that's the game's over for now. We'll be back with another one in the next part. We'll get back to some football chat now. And Zach, I brought the last podcast out on Friday. There was a couple of things in that I never got a chance to ask you about or get your thoughts on. So I thought may as well do that just now, just about the MLS draft and also Axel's comments about that and the search for a new coach. First of all, Axel gave some comments to me about the search for the new coach, and it looks like it's a done deal.
I saw your I think messaging about it or something, and then I listened to your parts of the interview, and it was like I could feel you getting giddy.
Yeah, it's like ooh.
Oh,
it's from all those detective shows I watch.
yes,
I'm like a modern day Columbo.
They paid off.
It was, but yeah, I mean, it does sound like the coach has been appointed.
Would an American coach need a work permit? That was my only.
I was thinking about that, and I was thinking probably, but then I also thought as well, because I'm saying, oh, it's not a Canadian. Now, he didn't say it's a Canadian work permit because they need to get an American work permit.
Oh, yes,
I guess it could technically be a Canadian. I don't think it is, though. I think from Axel's reaction, I think it is going to be a non-Canadian. My money's still on a German.
Ausgezeichnet.
And I had a look on Transfer Market of available German coaches just now, and there's 20 pages. But I mean, as you pick at your nose there, one of them is Joachim Low.
Sorry, there's scabbing on my nose.
Yeah, he was picking other things in his nose. I don't know.
Well, with Yogi Löw, it wasn't the picking of the nose is the least offensive thing.
Oh no, that's true. I mean, I think most folk do that. I've got a bad habit of doing that as well. But yeah, it was the then examining it and eating it.
No, that was not worse, dude. There's worse clips. Have you not seen the worst clips?
Oh,
I
don't know that I want to hear.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Jurgen Klinsmann is available.
Yeah, that's not a viable option. Come on. Neither is Yogi Löw. But
no, I know.
Klinsmann is definitely.
I'd rather have Yogi Bear, to be honest. But
I mean, Yogi Löw had his time in place, but and obviously led Germany to a World Cup victory. So he'll always.
Oh yeah, I sent the list to Hard. Hard's comment was, "They're all old men." I was like, "Yeah, work your way down. There's other ones as well." But I mean, I think it could be a German. I think it could be a guy most of us haven't heard of. It's probably going to be a guy that you're like, oh, I'm really excited. I watched his team play in Bundesliga 2. And
well, that would be great.
But I think that's going to probably get announced first week of January. So yeah, look forward to seeing that. Look forward to sitting down, having a chat with whoever it is as well.
Who do you think in his response to we thought we not cause a hubbub over the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Was it for the coach's family not to have to deal with it, or for them to not have to deal with all the chaos around it?
I think probably all of them, but particularly from the Whitecaps side. Because when he said, you'll want some time off at Christmas, I was going to say, no, I'm quite happy not to. We've got a couple of podcasts coming out. Just keep it all coming. I'll work on Christmas Day to speak to the guy if you want.
Was the Octavio Rivera, was that the big...
That was the Christmas Day announcement, yeah. What success that proved to be. We've got a present for you. Who is it? Octavio Rivera.
Who
is it?
He had great potential.
Man. Yeah, I mean, that goal he scored from an inch out was like iconic. But no, he did. And as so many strikers have fallen by the wayside here, he was another one of them. It's bizarre.
No, it was. I mean, with
Then
him,
moves on and does well.
yeah, but it was. I think partly it was the mental health side of I think being away and
Yeah, mentally he wasn't totally switched on. The other thing we talked about in the last episode as well was the draft.
mm,
That was bizarre. Like I mentioned this in the show. I was out walking Annie and I got back later than I thought, rushed home, put on YouTube to watch the draft. I was like, oh, must just be on Apple. Then it's not on Apple. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, is it on their website? No. And then I found out it's not televised, which is the biggest indication yet that they're getting rid of that.
yeah, no, it is really really interesting because yeah, if you compare and contrast, how that whole enterprise started, how the whole draft started, and the way in which the fanfare in which
Yeah, and it was
the
way too
coverage,
long. Like we spoke about
yeah,
this in the past. It was
no,
like 3 hours and stuff.
but yeah, go from that to this. It's like sure, there's got to be maybe a better happy medium. Like again, this is a bit of apples and oranges comparison, but I really enjoyed the CPL draft this year. Like it was.
Mm.
I know it was. I know it's produced and done in a bit of a different way, and that's what part of the apples
Yeah,
are.
and I
But
mean, last year it was definitely done the day before it was broadcast. I don't know
yeah,
about this year.
but it wasn't too long. It was kind of concise and kind of whatever. It was, but gave you some insight and gave you
Hmm.
these conversations and gave you these,
Spoke to the coaches, got
yeah, the coaches gave you
nice little
insight.
chat.
I really enjoyed it. And obviously, yes, I know part of it is 8 clubs, so it's very much time wise. Was it a half hour? Like it was not a long time.
Mm.
So you didn't have
Well, the
to,
2 rounds of this were done probably about an hour and 40 minutes.
yeah,
Actually, the time they did the start, it was probably about an hour and a half because they had about 10 minute chatting at the start.
but
But
again, that's
the
because
updating on the tracker was horrific.
yeah, but that's
Do
because
10 at a
they
time.
changed so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed so much. It really is a massive thing. Like MLS doesn't pull away from something like this without a reason,
Mm.
right? And they're not like pulling away for it's like, oh, we're doing this for 1 year. Like this really is the sign of the end of the draft.
Well,
I
yeah,
think.
you schedule it a couple of days before Christmas. It's not broadcast.
Yeah,
Even the tracker's not live and up to date. Like when I
yeah.
spoke to Tate on the last show, I was like, oh, what was your draft day experience? Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
family were all round. We sat round watching the tracker. That's
yeah,
horrible for them.
yeah.
Like, whatever you think about it, it's like that's those kids' big moment to make it in the pros or a chance to make it in the pros. And they don't even get anything.
But MLS is, and to their credit, I think it is better for the league in the long run. They've
Oh,
said,
no, yeah, because they want to
want our
focus more on academies.
yeah, we want our clubs to produce their own players. Yes, college might produce some players. College is a different approach for different people, different focus. Um, yeah, the coverage of it was the changes were drastic. I think it's understandable. I think it's a part of them continuing to move in the right direction. I mean, you talked about this as well. The whole Philadelphia being like, yeah, we're out. Well,
Yeah, which I thought was insane, but now it's like, oh, it's actually good business.
yeah, yeah. Well, was it Colorado who bought theirs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they had 9 picks this year.
9 picks. So again, but they're also, I guess, just trying to fill and field
Well, yeah,
their
like if you get one of those 9 that makes it, it's worth it.
right. But all those other players are going into their MLS next or
Yeah,
whatever,
next
like
pro, yeah.
next pro, right? So that's their choice to go that way. Whereas, yeah, obviously Philadelphia is going with whatever local or their academy kids or whatever. And you've seen, I mean, we talked about this whatever it was a few weeks ago. The proof is in the pudding with a club like, as much as it pains me to say this, with Dead Bull, right? Like
Mm.
they've had this heavy emphasis on their academy. Not only has it helped them do well at those levels, but now in this season anyway, mixed in with some people like Emil Forsberg, has helped them, and your buddy Lewis.
Yeah.
It's helped them to achieve things in the first team. They've also moved players within MLS that have kind of come through, like Long, like you think of Long at LAFC and whatever. Like so, they have produced significant players in the league. So all in all, I think it's moving in the right direction and a positive thing. you're not wrong that it kind of changes the flavor of the day for those participating, particularly the players. But I think it also helps send the right message of this is not the same as the NFL or the NBA or whatever, where that is a career defining day for you that is changing your life because you're making multi-million dollars.
Oh, yes.
And you're going to be a starter and whatever. So I think this is the right kind of change. And yeah, I think, again, with the comparison to the CPL, though, the CPL has done part of their whole approach is learn from what the neighbors to the south have done and improve on it or tweak it or make it better or better contextualized to Canada. And I think they did that from the beginning with the whole, hey, you don't have to be tied to this club forever. You can still go and play school and this back and forth thing. And it allowed, players to have an experience that then maybe shaped them. Right. And so I really like what they've done, and I hope they'll keep going kind of in that direction, especially as they're obviously at a different stage in their growth than MLS.
Yeah. So a good chat had there, and just really wanted to get Zach's thoughts on what we touched upon in the last show. But we're going to get Axel Schuster on the show very soon, and we'll kind of put some of these things to him and grill him a little bit more about the new managerial search. Hope to have him on this Christmas special, and we had a kind of something a little bit special planned for when he came on, but we can tweak it. Hopefully get him in the New Year special. Just weren't able to align our times to get that done. But that is it for this part. And we will be back with more football chat, fun and games after some music. And I meant to mention right off the bat, if you've been listening to the last few shows, you'll have noticed we've been doing our Festive 15 and it's absent in this episode. I mentioned on the last show, taking a break for the Christmas special, but we will be back with our Festive 15 on our New Year special. And we'll see what songs have come in the top 3 places. But for now, you'll have to content yourself with some Christmas music, and we'll be back with the second of our 3 Christmas hits from 1974. The 70s were massive for some iconic Christmas tunes. Back with all of that after this.
Hi, I'm Ryan Gold, and you're listening to the AFTN Soccer Show.
Open your eyes, look to
Welcome back to the AFTN Soccer Show on CITR Radio 101.9 FM. And kicking off this part, it's the second of our 3 Christmas songs from 1974, The Wombles. A wombling Merry Christmas, released in November, peaked at number 2 in the UK charts for Christmas, kept off the number 1 spot by the song we had in the last part, Mud's Lonely This Christmas, spent 8 weeks in the charts. And I've spoken to you before about the Wombles, Zach. Big furry creatures. It was a TV show, and it was about these creatures called the Wombles that lived on Wimbledon Common, underground, and they would come out and clean up all the litter that the tourists left behind. And there was a big theme song, Underground, Overground, Wombling Free, the Wombles of Wimbledon Common are we.
Is this still big in your heart because of your affinity for Wimbledon Football Club?
Yes, because they have a Womble as a mascot.
There you go.
And they're called the Wombles, so yes. But then the guy that wrote the theme tune then dressed proper humans up in Womble costumes, and they released a couple of singles and albums, and yeah, they had a big Christmas hit with a wombling Merry Christmas.
Nice.
What captures the spirit of Christmas more, Zach, than a man in a furry costume singing about Wombles?
The nativity? Oh, I know you're asking that rhetorically.
I know. The little baby cheeses. I've got some baby bells. So let's have a little bit more festive chat now. We heard from Sebastian Berhalter in part 1 about what a Berhalter family Christmas was like. Let's hear now what a Boehmer family Christmas is like from Whitecaps goalkeeper Isaac Boehmer. So what is Christmas like in the Boehmer family? It's obviously a very special time for you and your family, but what talk us through what Christmas is like for you.
Yeah, Christmas is, for us as a Christian, it's the birth of Jesus, and that's what we're celebrating in my family, and we're just so family orientated, and we just, yeah, I guess thank God for giving us this son, and that's just what it's really about for our family and for my fiance's family as well. But yeah, it's just very family oriented, getting together, just spending the Christmas time with everyone, and just really knowing why we're celebrating.
Is it a big, like all the families together, or do you have to do the Christmas Day, Boxing Day, different family stuff?
Well, we're a little bit back and forth, with my 3 older brothers are all married too. So every year we so this year we're with the guys' family, next year we're with the girls' family. It just kind of rotates back and forth. So this year Christmas is with all of us Boehmers, and then New Year's we're all with our girls' families. And the next year will be the opposite. So we're just and we're all on the same rotation now. So it's actually really worked out, and we got a good system going.
Oh, that's nice. See, I'm lucky. I'm an only child, and my wife's Canadian. So when she lived in Scotland with me, we only had my family, and then we came here and we only had her family. So we didn't have to have any problems or anything at all. I mean, is it a big like Christmas dinner? All the trimmings? Do you go for turkey?
So my mom would usually do a 5-course meal.
Wow.
When we all lived at home, and she still likes to do it actually when we do come home for Christmas. We'll start with like some appetizers, and then we'll get into just like a bunch of other things. She loves to cook for her boys. I guess that's a mom thing. And but yeah, it's really special. We do a big dinner, then the next day we'd usually go over to my grandparents, and we'd have like a turkey or a ham there with the whole family, cousins and everyone. So it's a special moment, and it's definitely a special few days to share with everyone.
So if you were to ask for a football specific Christmas gift for under the tree this year, what would you like?
A football specific Christmas gift. Wow.
Or if you can't think of one, just what would be your dream present to get for this year?
Does it have to be football?
No, if you want another cow, you can go for that.
Yeah. We have a lot of animals now, so we gotta settle down on that on the animals. But a dream Christmas gift. Goodness gracious. I would just like everyone to honestly, not a gift particularly, but I'd like everyone just to come together and have good family fun and for everyone to be safe traveling to wherever we're meeting for this year. That would be the biggest gift of all.
It's lovely. And the last Christmas thing to ask you, and we'll play this section out with whatever you pick here, or a version of it. What's your favourite Christmas song? Now, it could be a religious one, it could be just a normal band Christmas song. If you were to say, oh, I'm going to put on my favourite Christmas tune, what would it be?
Probably A Little Town of Bethlehem. It's a Christian one and it's an original.
Do you know, that is a song you don't hear much anymore.
No, it's an older one. It's for an older soul, I guess.
Yeah.
But I really like those old Christmas songs because they really get into, for me and my Christian aspect, they really dive into the real meaning of Christmas for me.
Yeah, it's like we used to sing those at school. I hadn't even thought of that song for a long time. It's like, because we would do all our Christmas things back in Scotland, and that was one of the songs that we always sang.
Yeah,
I will find a version of that and I will play it out from this section for you.
love that. Love that.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. For Christ is born of Mary and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. O morning stars together proclaim the holy birth, and praises sing to God our King, and peace to men on earth.
Isaac Boehmer there, giving a lovely little insight into his family, Christmas in the Boehmer family, and with his fiancée Taylor and her family. Lots of people around, and I mean, spoke about Sebastian when I spoke about him, Isaac as well. Such a lovely lad to chat to, so down to earth. He's got a hobby farm, has a cow, Muffin, that we spoke about when we interviewed him a couple of shows ago as well, and it's a traditional Christmas for Isaac, Zach. They're a Christian family. To them, Christmas, their true meaning is the birth of Jesus, and they celebrate all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I always wonder, like when you have someone like Vanny that's coming out and making all those comments about God and stuff, and you've got Christians on your team like Isaac Boehmer, how that would sit with him. It must have been a bit awkward, at least, maybe some awkward conversations. But I think they both appreciated each other's viewpoints or accepted each other's viewpoints.
Yeah, I wonder, because obviously various moments Vanny was very blatant with the media in terms of his worldview. I wonder how much Vanny with his players and recognizing there's players with different perspectives, how much that influences man management and the way in which he connected with them, or if it were for him, it was simply just, hey, look, this is my worldview, and I'm your boss, and so what your perspective doesn't really matter. Or if he had a different approach, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Isaac and his family wish them all the best this Christmas season. Hope they have a wonderful time, a good get together. Sounds like they will. And the song that he picked there, it's an old classic. I mentioned there to Isaac, you don't really hear it that much anymore. Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem. We used to have to sing it at school. Well, I say have to. It's like, it wasn't like, you're going to do this, so you're going to get the belt, which we had at schools in Scotland when I was going. But no, it's like, it was part of our repertoire that we would do for our Christmas concerts and stuff. So I wanted to find a nice version of the song there for Isaac. So I went with one from Nat King Cole.
Oh,
who,
nice.
to me, I've said this in previous shows, Nat King Cole and Dean Martin, when I was a little boy, I had their Christmas album, still have it, still play it at Christmas time. And it just takes me immediately back to my childhood whenever I hear a Nat King Cole Christmas song. Just his voice, his tone, it captures Christmas for me. It's beautiful. And of course, who doesn't want the Nat King Cole on Christmas Day?
What am I missing? What you just said?
I think it's time to play a little game now, and it's time to play round 2 of Who Am I? And we are on a knife edge. Both Zach and Kirk guessed their first person, their first footballer in 10 guesses. So they are all tied up. Can someone pull ahead in round 2? So let's get Zach's one ready here. I had 5 names written down here, so I want to make sure that I give Kirk one that he's going to get. So yeah, I'm going to go with this one for Zach. So Zach,
Okay.
You are back on the clock.
Am I alive?
No.
Did I identify as male?
Yes.
Let's go. Am I a goalkeeper? Or was I a goalkeeper?
Yes.
Okay. A dead goalkeeper.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know that helps you.
No, well, I don't know either. Yeah. Was I European?
Yes.
Did I win a World Cup?
No.
Did I play in Italy?
No.
Did I play in Germany?
No.
Did I play in England?
Yes.
Ugh. Dead. A dead person. Was I English?
Yes.
Dead. I'll go with was I Gordon Banks?
No. He won a World Cup.
Was he 66 keeper?
Yeah. So that's 10 questions gone.
Is it really already? Dang. A dead English keeper.
Like I said, don't focus on the keeper.
Did I play other positions?
No.
Don't focus on the keeper. Was I more known for my off-field contributions to football, like in administration or managing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Man, did I coach the English national team?
No.
An English dead.
If it makes you feel better, Kirk's next one is also tough.
Did I also play in North America?
No.
Dang. I don't think that guy's dead anyways. Do you have any idea? You have no idea. Okay,
no idea.
Okay. English. Go ahead and give me an English one, Mike.
It'll make sense.
I definitely don't think it'll make dollars. Let's see. So can I ask for a clarification on one of my other answers?
Sure.
Was his other primarily role in football as like a manager?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You've asked 14, that's not one of them. That was a free clarification. So you've got 6 to go.
I can't think of any English managers who were also goalkeepers. Because England doesn't have hardly has any English managers anymore. But he's dead, so this was a while ago.
I would say 99.9% of people won't know he was a goalkeeper.
Right. And I'm probably one of those.
Yeah.
But he's dead. This is not going to help me, but did he die in the last 5 years?
Yes.
Did he coach? Is he most known for coaching a London-based club?
No.
But I'll know this name.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did he win a European Cup?
No.
Oh.
17 gone.
So he never achieved anything in football.
Oh, you're going to get the wrath when the answer is revealed here.
Well, probably, yeah.
That last comment.
Well, I'm sorry, he didn't win a World Cup or a European Cup, like a Champions League. This is harder than. Shows how little I know about English football.
Again, I wouldn't focus on goalkeeper, wouldn't focus on English football.
Oh, but you said he's English.
Yeah, he's an English goalkeeper. Yeah. This one thing's going to fill our whole 3 hours.
Yeah. It's all these guys I'm thinking of are probably still alive. Is he Tim Flowers?
Oh no, he's very much still alive.
Yeah, there you go. See. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've two to go.
Yeah, I'm not going to get this.
Yeah, because you're going down the wrong avenue.
Yeah. I'm no more known for being a coach. Oh, what's that guy's name? He wasn't a keeper. A keeper. Am I currently employed at a Premier League side?
Is he currently? He's dead.
Oh, he's dead, right? Oh, yeah.
That's a question.
I mean, he'd probably have a chance with Man City right now, but
that's a good one. I like that. Yeah, I have no idea. This guy's probably still alive too, but is it Roy Hodgson? Is he still alive?
He is, but it's not him. So you've got 19. So what we can do, you can either ask one more question and then I'll give you a clue. Well, Kirk could steal. He's not going to steal. After that, if you don't get it, I can give you clues that will help. And for each clue you get, you would lose a point. So you could twist or stick.
Okay. Died in the last 5 years. English. More known for being a manager, according to Michael.
Oh, definitely. 100%. Hasn't played at a World Cup. Fun fact, just throw this in, was meant to be Gordon Banks' backup for the 1966 World Cup, but wasn't included in the final 22.
Oh, so he's really old. Okay.
Yeah, that was my little clue there for you. Giving you a free clue.
Dang. So really old.
The editing job in this is going to be wonderful.
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, just go as long as you... Well, don't go as long as you need.
Just remember how quickly I got Andy Brahim.
Yes.
This is painful. So he was a potential backup for the 66 World Cup.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just laughing because if Kirk asks the right questions for his, he'll get it within 5.
Yeah. Does his first name start with the letter A?
No.
Oh, is that too? Is that offside?
Technically, well, yes, it does.
Okay.
But folk don't know him by that name.
Okay, give me my free clue, or give me my clue.
Okay, so best known for his management time in Canada.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's Tony Waiters.
Yes.
I should have said, was he involved in football in North America, not played?
Well done. Maybe I made that clue too easy. I didn't know until I was just reading Wiki just now that he was meant to be the backup for the 66 World Cup.
I think I've heard that before.
That is gutting. Like, he was in the 40 provisional squad and then cut.
But that will never compare to taking Canada to 86.
No. Okay, so this is the chance here for Kirk to steal a massive lead with a hat on the line. So, Kirk, it is your turn. Who am I?
Is this player retired?
Yes.
Is he European?
No.
Is he Canadian?
Well, this person is Canadian.
So you're saying he's not a Canadian international?
This person is Canadian.
Okay.
That helps totally.
Oh my goodness. I know, I definitely know.
Great.
It's not who I thought, but I know. Yeah,
No, I don't think you know, but I think you know why I keep saying what I'm saying.
Yes.
Great.
This could be a long one if Kirk doesn't clue in here.
Shoot.
Okay, you got like 17 questions.
Yeah. Has this person played for the Canadian national team?
Yes.
Does he play in the midfield?
This person does not. No, Kirk's got no idea what's going on right now. These Santa hats are very warm, by the way.
My Adidas hat is very great. There's a little bit of reading between the lines.
Is this person a keeper?
Yes.
Okay. Now I just gotta remember their name.
Both getting goalkeepers. I thought that was fair.
That is fair.
Except I would say Kirk's is known as a goalkeeper.
I wonder how many people are shouting at their phones, Stony Waiters.
Not a lot.
But my third guess, I think I now know who Kirk's is, but
I think
I don't know if he's gonna know this, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
There's a chance he might not know this player.
No, I'm trying to remember.
There's something you have not picked up on how Michael has responded to your question.
They use a different heritage?
No.
No, great.
No.
It's okay.
It's not a Vancouver FC argument.
You'll get it. I think you'll pick it up before the 20 questions runs out.
Yep.
I don't think he will.
Has this person played in Europe?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. I sent you a text.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know if he'll be able to get this, but we'll see.
Really? This was going to be yours initially.
Has this person played for another national team other than Canada?
No.
Great. I'm doomed, aren't I?
No, keep going. This person has not.
No. I'm sure Kirk's watched this person.
Yes, absolutely.
Is this person a female?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot.
She took a lot of those.
Ha!
A lot of shots. Saved a lot of shots.
Thanks. That really, really helps.
Don't worry, Kirk. I'll edit this to make it sound that you're.
Oh, yeah.
So even if you maybe can't remember the name, maybe she starts naming some things that they maybe did or didn't do, or as a player.
Thanks, Michael.
Maybe things that they achieved, or that's not gonna help him at all.
Have they won? What's it called? The gold
medal?
Yeah, medal.
Where?
Yeah.
At the Olympics, yeah. Yes.
Can I just say, I was at the dentist on Wednesday, and this is more painful.
So sorry. That's a good joke, but I am sorry. Do you remember her name?
No, I don't.
Okay, we may just want to call time here then.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, because he's not going to get it.
So I'm stealing.
You can
No.
steal.
Boo.
Stephanie Labbé. Was the Canadian keeper. She runs the Whitecaps new women's team, the Vancouver Rise FC.
Oh,
She's like, what's her title? Is it like not CEO?
She's a sporting director.
Sporting director. That's
Yeah.
it.
Now, the thing was...
And why he did this is because she's pregnant with twins.
yeah.
Do you know the fun thing? I had 5 names written down, and initially, Steph Labbé was going to be Zach's, and I was going to give Kirk...
Oh, don't tell. Let's do it. Can we do it?
Okay.
How about, can we do it one where we both go back?
Yeah, okay.
I should have known this. You guys were. This was last podcast. that
You heard,
listened.
yeah, he heard you talk about her a little bit on this last podcast.
Because I thought, I don't want... They're all guys, so I thought, oh, then...
When you started that one, I thought, oh, it's Atiba. And then when I realized it was a woman, I was like, oh, he's even a real softball here. It's Sinclair. And then I realized goalkeeper, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you were meant to think it was Sink. Okay, so here's the bonus one then. And this was initially going to be Kirk's.
Okay.
Oh.
So you want to go first?
No.
Okay. I'll go first. Are we ready? Am I alive?
Yes.
Am I European?
No.
Am I Canadian?
Yes.
Have I played in Europe?
Yes.
Am I Alphonso Davies?
Yes.
I got a hat!
No, it's all of them.
Hey,
around.
this is game 1. This is game one.
Oh.
There's not 3 hats.
Oh, and it's not. You told me it's not by score, so I'm going to lose anyways.
No, not after that performance. Enjoy your hat, Zach. Yes. Well,
thought he was taking it easy with Labbé.
So at the end of that one, Zach is in a 2-point lead. We'll see. Yeah.
I'm gonna win
because you didn't get Tony Peters until the bonus.
Right.
Yes. So 2-point lead for Zach. We'll be back with more games that may or may not go better than that one. There'll also be more football chat. And we'll be back with all of that after our third and final Christmas song from 1974.
Hi, I'm Brian White, and you're listening to the AFTN Soccer Show.
Welcome back to the AFTN Soccer Show on CITR Radio 101.9 FM. And it's our last part of our Christmas special for 2024. And we're kicking it off with our third Christmas song from 1974, Shawaddy Waddy. Little Jimmy Savile impersonation there, since we're capturing the 1970s Christmas, but not in a bad Jimmy Savile way. I'm not sure there was a good Jimmy Savile way. Jim'll Fix It is still an iconic TV show. Anyway, Shawaddy Waddy there with their hit song, Hey, Mr. Christmas. You probably don't know Shawaddy Waddy, Zach.
I don't think I do.
You're just looking blank. It is 1:36 in the morning. Shawaddy Waddy were rock and roll revivalists. They would wear like the teddy boy jackets and they would do rock and roll songs, and they had that hit, Hey, Mr. Christmas. They're still going strong now as a touring band, not with all the original members. They are from Leicester. So I'm going to play that one as a shout out for our good friend Hannah, the Cavalry FC comms person.
Oh.
He's a Leicester City fan.
Really? Is that from when they won the Premier League title? Or
No,
before?
when she was a little girl, she picked Leicester as her team of choice.
She's a Fox's
She's
fan.
a Fox. I had a chat with her this week about that. That's why I know that. So Merry Christmas to Hannah and everyone at the Cavs. Just to tease a couple of things, we're going to be kicking off our first show in 2025 with a chat with Cavalry's Tommy Wheeldon Jr. So looking forward to that one.
Oh, that'll be great.
Oh, it will be. So in the first part, we spoke to Whitecaps goalkeeper Isaac Boehmer. So let's speak to the man now that is battling it out for the number 1 jersey in 2025, Yohei Takaoka. And just to ask Yohei how he's kind of found his first couple of seasons here in Vancouver, and what is a Takaoka family Christmas like? And apologies because the sound isn't fantastic in this one, but here's Yohei. So, Yohei, you've had a couple of years now here in Vancouver in the league. What have you made of your time in Canada so far?
Yeah, it's a great experience for me. It is first time to play abroad out of Japan. So, but I feel like a home since day one. So, the club is always everyone good people. They help me a lot. The city is nice. I would say they're perfect for me. Yeah.
So, what do you feel has been the biggest adjustment that you've had to make, and have you found that MLS is quite different to what you were used to in the J League?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, very different. For example, like an away trip in Japan, the maximum 2 hours flight, but here is maximum 6, and also big time difference. And last year, I was very struggle to adjust that things, but I'm used to it. It was my second year, so yeah, I focus on my recovery, adjusting times, and it's much better than last year, I think.
What is Christmas like in the Takaoka household? Is it a big thing for you? What is a typical Christmas like?
It's not special. I'm not a Christian, but it's a big event in Japan as well. But in Japan, more like with family to go outside. But here is spend with your family and stay at home. But it's very different from here. Yeah.
So like a traditional kind of Japanese Christmas, it's like what's the food like? Because obviously here it's turkey and everything like that. What do you kind of eat for Christmas, or is it not really a big thing over there?
Yeah, it's big thing, but we ate big turkey, and then it's the same.
Oh, so
yeah,
same.
my mom cook every year, so like the same as here.
If you were to get a football related Christmas present this year, what would you like that to be? Would you want some new boots, or is there a team's football jersey that you would want, or any books, or
the goalkeeper gloves?
New gloves.
Yeah,
that's great. Are you getting a chance to go back to Japan?
Yeah, I'll go back next week. Yeah,
that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a good off season. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next year.
Yohei Takaoka there doesn't really celebrate Christmas per se. His mum does make a big turkey and everything, but it is a big thing over in Japan, and it's great that he's had a chance to get back home and celebrate the festive period. And it's going to be an interesting battle, as we've talked about now, next year between those two, and a big choice for the new coach coming in.
I love how you had these 3 interviews on this episode where you have the kind of modern, whatever, cultural Christmas with the
Berhalters having Chinese food,
with the Berhalters, and you have like this traditional religious one with the Boehmers, and then you have Taka, where it's like, yeah, this is Christmas is not my mom makes turkey, but Christmas is not a thing we celebrate because we're not Christians.
Yeah, but I mean that's good, really, though. Like
no, it's a good balance.
It's like that's the melting pot of Canada, and it's like just respect everyone's beliefs. If folk celebrate Christmas, celebrate it. If they don't celebrate Christmas, don't celebrate it. To me, I'll never say happy holidays. It's Christmas time, and I'm not a Christian. Folk know I'm not a religious person at all. But to me, this is Christmas time, and you make Christmas what you want. I think it's time for another game, and there's a hat on the line, and this time it's a game that I get to take part in. It's my favourite game. It's Christmas countdown.
You always destroy me. That's why you love this game.
I fancy you and Kurt to give me a run for my money this time. I fancy you to give me a run for my money this time.
I don't.
Well, let's see. Let's play countdown. I'm the reigning undefeated champion, of course. It's not darts, bullseye. Although we could do that. We did that in the CITR studio. Throwing darts in a radio station. One of the great ideas that I had. That isn't why we're no longer in the studio. They fixed up the holes now anyway, so I mean, it's all good. For anyone that doesn't know, Countdown is one of the longest, if not the longest, running TV game show in the UK. It first aired in November 1982 and is still going strong today. It's a word and numbers game, and you can all play along at home. So you'll get 9 letters.
Whoa, right.
Each round will have a theme, and you've got to try and get a word that matches that theme. So the first round, the theme is going to be football. Now, it can be as tenuous as you want, as long as you can explain it. So if you got the word green, you can say, I've got green because the pitch is green.
You have lots of practice with this with wavelength.
What?
The things being tangentially connected to football.
Yes, well, sometimes, yes. I do. My tip would be just try and get the biggest words you can, first of all, and then think if you can tie it in with football. So we will pick 9 letters, and you can have a maximum of 4 vowels, but you can have anything from 1, 2, 3, or 4. Wouldn't recommend just going for 1 vowel, otherwise it's going to be a long evening. So we'll start with Zach. So you can pick your letters just now. So do you want a vowel or a consonant to start with? And remember to write these down at home.
Yes, you can write these down. I'll go vowel.
Vowel. And it is A.
Okay, I'll go consonant then.
M.
Let's go vowel.
I.
I knew it was going to be that. Okay, sweet. So consonant.
R.
Not the one I was looking for, but okay. Let's go consonant.
R.
Wait, there's 2 R's?
Yeah, there's lots of things. You could have 2 A's, 2 I's. It's the luck of the draw.
Oh, okay. And 9 is the number I'm getting to?
Yep, so you've got 4 more.
Let's go consonant.
H.
That's not helpful. Consonant.
P.
Also terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go one more vowel.
U.
Oh,
And you've got 1 more.
this is horrible.
Is this a horrible selection?
I guess let's go consonant to be safe.
S. There we go.
That helps. Okay, Kirk,
So
you got
I will go over the letters again, and then
hang on.
so I'll give you the 9 letters, and then we have 30 seconds to come up with the longest words. So the letters are A, M, I, R, R, H, P, U, and S. And our 30 seconds starts now. Oh, that's the 30 seconds up. Zach, how many?
You're looking for my longest letter?
Yes.
I have 3 words and they all have 4 letters.
Oh, I have 2 6-letter words. Kirk?
None? Okay.
Oh, no. So what? Give me one of your 4s. Or give me all your 4s, Zach.
I have Amir, as in Amir Begovic.
Ah, good.
I have the Rams, as in Derby County. And I have Spur, as in Tottenham.
Very good. I have parish.
Oh, my.
Because they've come from the parish of whatever. Could also have shrimp, if you wanted to say, cut down the shrimpers nickname. But yeah, so 6 points to me. This is just a round to make me feel good, because then when you do your questions about Bundesliga and I don't get anything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that sometime soon.
So Kirk, he gets to pick his 9 now.
So next time, even if you have a short word, it's fine. Okay. I think he was only focused on trying to get a big word. Okay. What do you want, vowel or consonant?
What's that?
Oh, do we get the theme first?
Oh, sorry, yes. The theme for this one is going to be Christmas.
Oh, that's different. So what do you want, buddy?
Vowel.
Vowel.
E.
Okay. Next.
Consonant.
Consonant.
S.
Consonant.
D for dog.
Vowel.
Vowel.
A. Oh, this is a good selection.
Vowel.
Vowel. Oh, another vowel. Oh.
Oh.
Consonant.
Another D. Oh, I do love a double D in my selections.
Consonant.
Consonant N for nitro.
Got 2 left. Consonant.
This looks a good set of letters, but it's a tough one. T.
What do you want to end with, buddy?
Vowel.
Another vowel.
Another vowel to finish. It's another O. Okay, so our letters are E, S, D, A, O, D, N, T, and O. And our 30 seconds starts now. Ooh, that was tougher than it looked, I've got to say. Zach, how many?
I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, well done. I only got 6. And Kirk?
Kirk did not get any.
Okay.
Again, I think he's trying to get too big of one.
Well,
you should do one next time.
I got 2 6s, very similar, and my very tenuous Christmas connection. Sodden, like if you're out in the Christmas Eve and it's raining in Vancouver trying to get your presents, you'd be sodden by the end of it. And sadden, which is how Caitlin feels when she opens all the presents I get her every year and she finds out she's got another vacuum cleaner. But to take the points, what is your 7?
Standed, as in as in you stood for like caroling outside, singing during Christmas Eve service.
Very good. I did not know that was a word.
I didn't either, but I wrote it down because I had stand, I had stood, and then I put, standed can work here.
Oh, wow. Now you are in the lead. Am I going to lose my first ever Christmas countdown?
But why am I in lead? Just because I have the longest word?
Well, the way the scoring works is whoever gets the highest in the round gets that score. So I got 6 in the first round, so you both got 0. And then you get 7 and I get 0. So you're leading 7-6.
Okay.
So basically, as long as I get a longer word than you, I win. If you get a longer word than me, you win. If Kirk gets an
8 or 9?
8-letter word or a 9-letter word, then I think we just stop the show. And I don't think we can top that. So I will pick my 9 letters just now. I will have a consonant.
Oh, wait, what's the theme?
Oh, the theme is Canada.
Ooh.
So that's very vague.
Yeah.
So the first letter is G for gorilla. Another consonant. Oh, V. I'll have another consonant. S.
Oh, my.
The Greater Vancouver something. Vowel. E. Another vowel. A. And another vowel. Another E. I'll have a consonant. Y. Because I want one. I'll have another consonant. Oh, S. Another S. I'll have another vowel.
Oh, my.
Oh, an I. There was 2 vowels I wanted and it was not an I. So just to go over these again, these are horrible.
Yeah.
G, V, S, E, A, E, Y, S, and I. And our 30 seconds starts now. The time up. I've got 7. I think I can have a plural of this.
Kirk and I both have 4.
I should have just gone with my 6 because that's I know that my 6 is safe. So what's your 4?
I have C's, as in you seize people when you was looking around downtown Vancouver or looking around Canada. And Kirk has C's, SEAS, as in Canada surrounded by seas.
The one I should have gone for, which is definitely a word, is sieves. But I've gone for visages, which I don't know if you can have a plural of visage. Yeah, I think it. Oh, yes, you can. In French, which they speak in Quebec.
Wait, we're allowed to use different languages?
Well, it's in the English dictionary.
Mm.
It's also a very good band from the early 80s. They had the hit Fade to Grey. We fade to grey. No.
Good job.
7 for me, and still...
What was your other word? Because I almost wrote the similar thing.
Oh, sieves.
How do you spell that?
Sorry, SIEVES.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not sure how I would have tied that in with Canada.
You and your countdown victories.
Yeah, I enjoy countdown. I don't know if anyone else does, but let us know.
I do. I'm just not good at it.
How people did at home.
Kirk gave you the thumbs up.
The thumbs up or the finger up?
No. The thumbs up, Michael. Come on.
So, I mean, now that is the end of the games, I can't win the hat. So, I think it's time to announce the winner. And it's going to be a surprise to nobody. The winner of the FC Santa Claus hat is Zachary Adam Meisenheimer.
Kirk's booing in the background.
Boos all round from those listening at home as well.
That's even better than a Mars bar.
Yes. I missed my 30 seconds to Mars. I was gonna come up with one of those, but yes, well done, Zach. That's the fun and games finished for the show. So that is nearly it for our 2024 Christmas special, but we can't finish without this episode's wavelength. Surely you can't have more Christmas songs about football. Oh, I do. I've got a cracker for next year's one as well. But I've been saving this one for this year. It was a song that was released in 2014, and it's about the famous Christmas truce of 1914 during World War I. This year is the 110th anniversary of that special occasion. And if anyone is unaware of that, late on Christmas Eve 1914, the men of the British Expeditionary Force heard German troops in the trenches opposite them singing carols and patriotic songs. They saw lanterns and small fir trees along the trenches. And then the two groups start to shout messages back and forward. Then nice messages, like goodwill to all men. And then the following day, on Christmas Day 1914, the British and German soldiers met in no man's land, exchanged gifts, took photographs, and some played impromptu games of football. They also buried casualties, repaired trenches, dugouts, everything like that. But it was a remarkable moment in war, not something that we've seen since, because, I don't know if you know this, but the generals on the UK ally side said, you're never doing that again. It's like, we'll shoot you if you try and fraternise with the enemy again. But it was just, that First World War, there was so many young men just sent to die because they had no chance of surviving. And it was a pointless war. They didn't want to be fighting each other. It's generals and politicians that made the decisions. And it's like, you look at all the wars that's going on just now in Ukraine and the Middle East, and it's like, so many of those populations don't want to be at war, but you're drawn into it. So for something like that to happen, it was a remarkable moment. There's been a few songs that's been written about it over the years. Paul McCartney did one, The Pipes of Peace, as well. So this is a song from English political songwriter and musician Rob Johnson from 2014, When My Grandfather Played Football.
I remember when my grandfather played football. First he took his raincoat off, piled it up with his brother's coats for goalposts. Then they ran about and wheezed and laughed and coughed. Well, they were 10 years old again, and all they wanted was a patch of muddy ground. Doesn't matter if you lose or if you win, you just run about, kick the ball around. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 ole. And I could see those old boys rising from their trenches. First they put the rifles down, piled their goalposts up with their greatcoats, found an old tin can to kick around. They was little more than kids, and it was Christmas. Fritz and Harry, Tom and Hans, Well, the general said, you'll all be home by Christmas. Well, there they were in no man's land. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 ole. And when the generals heard their men were playing football, swapping fags and shaking hands, the general said, if you try that next Christmas, we'll turn our guns on you in no man's land. I remember when my grandfather played football. First he took his raincoat off. How he staggered round, stumbled and bent doubled, and how his gas lungs rattled when he coughed.
Rob Johnson, when my grandfather played football, a little nod to the football truce during World War I in 1914. Maybe a bit of a sad way to end what's been a fun show. Hope you have enjoyed our 2024 Christmas special. Just before we go, Zach, any final thoughts from you?
Well, in the football world, it was a fun week to wrap up the Bundesliga. I haven't watched all the games in the Bundesliga, but for the Friday night.
Yes. What time was it?
What time was it, baby? 5 past dead ball. It was so good. So good. Like, I really have just strong negative feelings towards dead ball and their approach to football and how they've destroyed cultures and clubs and all these different things over the years in multiple places around the world. There was banners, at the game, FRB and, Gegen modern football, against modern football. I don't know, some people listening might be like, Bayern Munich participates in modern football. And they do, but I think that they do it in a way that is different, is respectful of the history and the tradition of football. And they also have built something that is fiscally responsible and where they're not having to, do they want more revenue streams and income and stuff? Of course, but they've actually built something that has enabled them to be successful and achieve great things and all this kind of stuff. But they've never left their being fiscally responsible. And unlike some German sides, unlike some sides, especially in Spain, and elsewhere. But anyways, it was great. It was just great to crush them 5-1 at the Allianz. And it was just the icing on the cake was Alphonso Davies getting the 5th goal. He had set up a goal earlier in the game. He should have been sent in alone by one of my least favorite Bayern, or my least players I like the least from Bayern, earlier in the game. And then it was kind of fun because Courtland Ton was there. Courtland Ton, if you don't know his name, he came up as assistant equipment manager under Marty at the Whitecaps. Marty is one of the, I think, the greatest people in the Whitecaps organization, and have a lot of time for him.
Yeah, I love Marty.
He, I think, did a really good job in investing in Cortland and training Cortland and teaching Cortland the ropes. And Cortland had other experiences as well, of course. But he's the equipment manager at VFC and at Vancouver FC, and also through that has become the equipment manager for the Canadian men's national teams. And so,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, has a good rapport with Fonzie, and he told me about this months ago. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go later this year. We're gonna go to game. Fonzie's gonna get us into a game or connect us to, getting into a game or whatever." And I'm really happy for him that it turned out to be such a great game and this great moment with Fonzie. And Cortland's doing some other visiting of people in Germany or whatever. But yeah, I'm just really, 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 really happy that match went the way it did, and now it's a few weeks off before training returns and then matches return in Germany.
Yeah, what I've enjoyed this past week is there's a lot of folk that have been over from the Whitecaps at Ryan Gould's wedding.
Oh yeah,
And they've just tagged on like holidays in Scotland and down in London and stuff. So I've been enjoying seeing some of the stuff on Instagram, like Sarita. The Whitecaps video analyst Drew Foster was in St Andrews, where I was born and worked and lived just outside of it and stuff. So it was lovely seeing all that kind of stuff. Saturday was also a time when you could say, what time is it? East Fife 5, Spartans 1.
Nice.
5 past Spartans, and we're finishing 2024 top of the league.
So Dick still got it?
Yeah, and Dick we trust.
I think, it's always great to see East Fife follow in the footsteps of Bayern Munich like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, very similar teams, similar history.
Yeah.
Successes.
Yeah.
We couldn't play in Europe because Europe hadn't been invented when we were winning all our trophies. Otherwise, we'd have been in 4 seasons, actually 5 seasons, 4 of them on the trot, we would have been in Europe if the same criteria had just started a couple of years earlier. Disappointing. I'll finish with something fun that folk can look up. I'll maybe tweet this out or Blue Sky it out as well. There was a game in East Fife's division between Forfar and Peterhead midweek, and Forfar were leading. Peterhead equalised just before halftime, or just after halftime, I think it maybe was.
Do all Peterhead's goals have to be headers, or?
No.
Okay.
This was a long-range belter.
Nice.
From Kieran Shanks. And the ball flew past the keeper, back of the net, came back out. Andrew McCarthy, Peterhead striker, followed in, tried to kick the ball into the net after the goal, showing what a good striker he was, kicked it straight into the face of the Forfar goalkeeper and got a straight red card.
Oh man, that's so funny.
I will tweet that out. I'll send you. It's hilarious. And then he just falls to his knees holding his head.
That is hilarious.
The goalkeeper deserves it though, he's a prick. But I guess last thing we'll just say, how are you celebrating? How's your Christmas this year? How are you doing it? Is everyone coming to yours? Or
Yeah. I think I might have said earlier, but yeah, my family is here. So got a little Airbnb just down the road from us, which is nice. There's 4 of them here. I'm really looking forward to it because actually none of them have been to since we moved to this place just over 5 years ago. None of them have been out here.
Was it 5 years you've been there now?
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow.
So they're gonna come and see this place for the first time.
What about Cher's family?
We're gonna spend they're my brother and sister-in-law and their kids are gonna be here, I think, Christmas Eve. My mother and father-in-law, because of my mother's cracked or fractured pelvis and her slow recovery, they don't want to leave the house really much.
Makes sense.
We'll see if that changes. But we will go visit them and bring them, part of the festive meal, which I believe my wife's doing the turkey this year, so that'll be kind of fun. All that food stuff is a lot of fun. It can be very stressful and all that kind of stuff too, but I'm hoping it'll be a lot of fun. And
yeah, as I mentioned in last week's show, my stress is stopping Caitlin eating all the stuff that I've bought before Christmas.
Oh yeah,
just when I get into our box of biscuits tonight.
One of the most exciting things too is that my nephew's, who's 5, it's his first time out here, and so
nice.
My kids are so excited and a little bit apprehensive because, I know. Like, will Santa know that he's out here? No. It's more of the Actually, I got to ask my sister about his perspective or what we're allowed to say about Santa or not. No, it's more about how, like, for example, Kirk's room is kind of like a Star Wars Lego museum, and, and if he'll be able to roll with not destroying that. It's like going in and just like grabbing everything and throwing it around. So, I mean, we don't worry, he'll have lots of Lego to play with and spaces, multiple spaces to do that in. But yeah, we're a little bit like, so some things are a little bit higher than normal, and even the game shelves here have reworked some things. So some things are a little bit hopefully out of reach. Really, really, really excited just to have them here and be able to spend time together. And we have some other special things going on. My daughter's getting baptized next Sunday, so that's pretty exciting. So I get to do that, which would be cool. And I'm speaking that morning, and so having our family here for that is partly why that's happening.
Right. I was talking to Caitlin about like baptisms because I was baptized.
Yeah,
I've still got my baptism card.
As an infant, or?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't swim. I'd be terrified if they did it when I was older. That's maybe why I've got a fear of water, though, is because I was baptized at an early age and it's traumatized me.
It could have.
But no, I was baptized an Episcopalian.
Oh, there you go.
I know nothing about what that is, but that's what. I've still got my little baptism card.
We could do a podcast about this.
Yeah, you can teach me all about. I don't know if it's like a crustacean or something, but.
Oh my goodness.
That might be why I like seafood so much. But yeah, we're just having our usual quiet Christmas, just me, Caitlin, and the dog. Hopefully turkey. Haven't bought it yet. Plan to. I'll whisper this bit because in case Caitlin's listening, going to do a surprise high tea lunch, homemade high tea lunch on Tuesday. So when she finishes work, it's all going to be here. Going to get some stuff from Brecca Bakery and make little sandwiches and stuff.
She'll love that. Hey, one of the persons want to give a shout out. I don't know if he still listens to the show. I know he has in different eras and different times, but Christmas is also the birthday of Chris Endersby. So Chris, if you're listening to this, happy birthday.
Stingrays are fun on
there
Instagram.
You go.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, I still follow him. My friend, one of my best friends in Scotland, John, his birthday is Christmas Day.
Oh, there you go.
And he always hated it because folk would cheap out and give him combined presents. Oh, this is just a combined birthday and Christmas present for you. Thanks very much.
Yeah. You really need your parents to go above and beyond when that's
that's tough. But yeah. But anyway, for everyone that's listening to this, I hope you have enjoyed our nonsense for the last few hours, played along with the games, had some fun, listened to and enjoyed the music and all the football chat as well. Whatever you are doing for Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful time, a wonderful festive period in general. We'll probably have another show out, our New Year special as well. We haven't worked that out yet, but if not, we will be back with another episode soon. Until then, as always, thanks for listening, take care, Merry Christmas, Mon the Caps, and as we've done for all our Christmas specials for the last few years, we're going to play you out with one of my favourite Christmas songs, Las Vegas, the Scottish band that features former East Fife player James Allen as lead singer, and this is their version of Silent Night. Merry Christmas, everybody.